the Quran in Surah Al-Hujurat, chapter 49, verse 13, reminds us, O my kind, we have created you from male and female, and have made you into nations and tribes, so that you may know one another. Indeed, the most noble of you in the sight of Allah is the most righteous. And again in the Holy Book, the Bible, in Romans 12:18, the Bible says, if it is possible, as far as it depends on you, live at peace with everyone. This is the spirit with which we must move forward. And so, with conviction, reverence, and unity of purpose, I hereby declare the Republic Day, 1st of July of every year, also as Ghana's official National Day of Prayer and Thanksgiving. Let this be a day when we gather as families and communities in our churches, our mosques, our temples, and our homes to lift up our voices in gratitude and hope to the Almighty God. It must be a day when we honor God, not just for what He has given us, but for who He is, our protector, our provider, and our peace giver. Let us not only ask for provision, but let us ask for wisdom. Let's not only ask for prosperity, but let's ask for righteousness. Let us not only ask for peace, but let's ask for purpose. Let this be a legacy, a sacred pause in our national calendar that generations to come will celebrate. A day when Ghana does not cry out in fear, but rejoices in faith. May God bless the work of the National Prayer and Thanksgiving Committee. May He crown their efforts with insights, unity, and national representation. And I have the honor and privilege to declare the National Prayer and Thanksgiving Committee duly inaugurated. May God bless our homeland Ghana and make our nation great and strong. I thank you.
Now, if you appreciate what is happening to our natural resources, I mean, you understand why there is a movement, a global movement, towards making environmental crimes against humanity. The lush fauna and greenery of the forest is going. You understand, if you understand why Atiwa was declared a globally significant biodiversity area, you understand why its destruction is a concern to all of us. If you understand why the people in the Amazon forest are prepared to risk their lives and fight off investors, you understand what the forest does to us. I mean, if the environment is destroyed, we are also gone. I mean, I've read Gerard Diamond's book, The World Until Yesterday. And you appreciate that the desert, where we now call the desert, was so many years ago a forested area. It became a desert because of human activity. And now they have to live in that harsh environment without water. So what we are doing to our environment can also lead to what has happened in the desert. But in mining, just as in the utilization of natural resources, there's an inherent rule or principle that ought to be obeyed and respected by the present generation, as it was obeyed and respected by the past generation. Intergenerational equity. That when you mine our environment, you must mine it in such a way as not to compromise the ability of future generations to continue to live on the environment. Because if you do that, if you mine it with reckless disregard to how future generations will live on that environment, we are committing a crime against them. And that's why all of us need to understand that if you look at the level of destruction that is visiting this country because of our recklessness, then you are asking, what are we doing? Where are we leading the future generations to? They might not even be able to provide for their own sustenance. Now, almost all the water bodies, and your reporter was showing the water bodies, and he said they were brown. They are dying. They can't sustain life, aquatic life, because of the hazardous substances introduced into the water bodies. Do you know the number of patients that suffer from kidney diseases who report to the Kolebu Hospital, which hospital and the cardiothoracic center, what is the name of that center, has been facing financial difficulties because we have not been able to provide dialysis for them. If the number increases, can you imagine what that will mean? There's about 100,000 and we are suffering. Now there's an increase in the number of people suffering from kidney diseases, directly linked to our activities of galamseyers. Women have to bring forth children deformed.
So as for the problems, we know the problems. We have known the problems for a while now. And in opposition, you gave us very firm promise, including repealing the law that allows for mining in forest reserves, which was passed in 2022 and led to, certain people going in there.
Yeah.
Is there solutions?
So the law is going to be repealed. Is it? Yes, it will be repealed. I mean, I think that it's a matter of moral integrity on the part of the president. He has said, I will repeal the law.
So now you have changed from amendment to...
The law is going to be repealed.
Okay.
And Sami Jamfi said that 2 days ago. It's going to be repealed. LI 2462 will be repealed.
Beyond repealing that, you joined us in the crusade for a state of emergency on our water bodies and also in our forest reserve. Actually, the Pope that is being buried today, Pope Francis,
yes,
he was very heavy on the matter of ecocide.
Yes.
We had the Metropolitan Archbishop, Bonaventure Kofi,
yes,
actually also rallying Catholics, and we went on a demonstration about these things, calling for the state of emergency to be declared. I
joined you even in studio, and that's why I was from the studio when I heard that my brother and the Democratic Hub people had been arrested.
Right.
I moved straight to there with a second thought. And that led to the establishment of the Protest Legal, a group that offers free services to those who engage in civil action. Because we need to protect the environment. And I joined you in saying that we should call for a state of emergency, because that will allow us not only to deal with those who are presently on the land, but also those who have even acquired permits legally. Because when you declare a state of emergency, you freeze all rights. So the accrued rights will be frozen. And then you can go into the forest to deal with the people who are there.
So when will the state of emergency happen?
That is why we are bringing the president's attention to the fact that, look, what we promise the people, we should go by it. In fact, if there's anything that will affect us as a government more in this time of John Dramani Mahama, will be our ability or inability to fight illegal small-scale mining.
He should declare the state of emergency on our water bodies and
on the forest area,
forest reserves.
Okay. The no-go area.
Okay. Then the demonstration may not become necessary anymore. Why doesn't he do it just today? Yes, Oliver.
For kidney diseases, who report to the Kolebu Hospital, which hospital and the cardiothoracic center, what is the name of that center, has been facing financial difficulties because we have not been able to provide dialysis for them. If the number increases, can you imagine what that will mean? There's about 100,000 and we are suffering. Now there's an increase in the number of people suffering from kidney diseases, directly linked to our activities of galamseyers. Women have to bring forth children deformed.
So as for the problems, we know the problems. We have known the problems for a while now. And in opposition, you gave us very firm promise, including repealing the law that allows for mining in forest reserves, which was passed in 2022 and led to, certain people going in there.
Yeah.
Is there solutions?
So the law is going to be repealed. Is it? Yes, it will be repealed. I mean, I think that It's a matter of moral integrity on the part of the president. He has said, I will repeal the law.
So now you have changed from amendment to...
The law is going to be repealed.
Okay.
And Sami Jamfi said that 2 days ago. It's going to be repealed. LI 2462 will be repealed.
Live on TV as well as and also on Power 97.9 FM. The hottest and the biggest conversation in Ghana inside politics here in City Hall 37 Abebese Street, the heart of Accra, Usu, and it in all the 16 regions across the country. Northern Regional Capital Tamale, Kesmi, 107.1 FM, Bowling in the Savannah region, Edem, or in Kiligi FM, Wa Upper West Regional Capital WFM. Boku in Upper East Region, a source 100.1 FM, Zaps FM was Zebila, and a Pusiga, Wingpang, Sampa Wende FM, Ninawo Upper East Region. Volta Regional Capital, Hoya Global 105.1 FM, Western Regional Capital, and Su Takrade. Yedem was sharp 106.9 FM, Zama Elembele West and 100.3 FM. Bono region, Tiny 90.9 FM on Soko, Suma FM on Krankwanta, for regional capital Goso, Nananum 92.5 FM, Sanso and Eduno FM, so Ewo Sankori. Yoko T regional 3 radio stations in Ukramu, you are 89.7 FM, Okete Krachi, Mami Honorable Helena Juanto, so MP for Krachi West, when any Dr. Samoa Omote Hoden, then if you want to pay Ibu Remu, Ewo, a year Jase Kansua, Boom FM, and Sukremo, Ewo, Unianuma, Ewo, a year Pasa Fire Life, Ewo KFM. And some of the Ebro and Ewie, Ewo Facebook, Power 979, Facebook Live, it was also, and Swazi broadcasting almost so, Ewo, be home near many YouTube and other media. Networks ni nyina no bebia be fa bia ma swazonline.com so call your website to ibia chechire e de agu ho ya ye de ni nyina e de ebrewo ene awie yi na ye call London GFM radio ne Fire Life radio sanso ena America Memo Virginia Apple 68 FM. Jumedi ayede ebrewo jumeku bi adawroma ene taechi ayede ebrewo Victory Garlic Mesa eka ho bi efas like semo Power Specialist Eba Hospital Safari Valley Eco Resort enche W1 retired dogbe ono so pechele mpa enche so beko akochele kakra aba nti W enche na so akono akochele kakra what ase Moses Clinic and Eba Center S Natural Mineral Water meko nyina adawroma kan wo taechire bi ene de dwumedie ebrewo Hebron Hills International School omuso kremu ekan ho taechire ena ye de dwumedie ede ebrewo ene awie ewo TVS was na Power 97.9 FM. Mede ede Mugabe Mase obetimi afemi atankolega biga the capacity man, the fearless man, bema ba wonsu tru na wonsu ejan ye transisi dia na ensem nko ene ede ebrewo. Over the weekend aware bi koso ewo eye woniba bema ba kon aware ema miensa one day ofi Dubai ne ba we Dubai boga abe ware ema miensa ema ni nyina no mo ye kwareses abe wade mo miensa nyina oba ni di kan ede Angelina Pra Grace Nyako ena Esther Abbas ema miensa bema ne so ni din ede Nicholas Mbe watimi abagana be ware mba makoma nti one man three wives ho nsem mobeti yebe yi video ne dia sidi aware ni sikosu nyina amagana fo ehu afanyo markings kurumo wini bada we ekoso ewo ho MPP over the weekend almost mugusua ene Professor Michael Kwe ne report no kwan mo fa so mu lusu abatua ekoso 2024 7 December no report na ba omi asa asoden and this if I started 100 days in office o must start. I'm saying it without fear or favor o must say and SYZ echo a year foreign affairs program SYZ echo baby near so be the kakabo se hwan non MPP journalist na onu ne control niema e wo program na se near catch SYZ broadcast say ya invite mo What sort of nonsense is that? You are invited SYZ. Na ya juma no satama yesi amanfo siga tesmuko kumase kotamalen sa kakabo mo nam hefa. A whole correspondent or report to free a year vice president office or year vice president a year president ne reporter or ye ya designate na hon wo eco program etimi hwe akure nim ka tell say ya invite o. Are we in opposition? Are we in opposition? Me baby anu maka tell me say mo invite me. Muhu me Mugabi, muhu me wo wa me ba program a jan say me ma na ka me ba wo a wo ye bema no na waka tell me say SYZ and Power FM ya invite mo. Some nonsense ne must stop. I was started from today. And those in the government institutions, those managing those areas, speak to your people down there. Yes, some of us, we are not fighting for anything. But yet, now, Master Besabi, Yaba power, Yabwa Jumadiamba power. Na SYZ be wura program bi abeka say SYZ ya invite mo ha. Na MPP stations and IG program na then afa. Here nonsense. Take it or leave it. And me as a general manager, I will not sit down and master asebe some phone in your den enkoso. Do you say why be man on there? Na SYZ co program na abeka say SYZ programmer yani aye champion ni aban ni propagate aban agenda no ya ba five majo mahama no yesi ya invite ye na MPP stations na yeden agi programs afa esi wa henfa esi ewa henfa sata mani ya bra no na asempam no mote hen na Peace FM no mote hen na Dom FM no mote hen o man hene mo no mo nam hen na sifa kan mo nam hen. Media me ko program. Me are bigger than that. Listen, me ko program. By yen suma obi man ma say ya program ha na obi kran the tag. News caster on kran the tag weba program. Ni aka kire ne say ya invite SYZ. Come on. Me tie MPP program. We ya me dan me asane any 1 year say call MPP program. Me fanya hwe. But NDC there, Honorable Julius Zabra, where chief of staff. Two better man can say chief of staff in a radio station NDC press conference and po a real numero, there be a giant near Kwakofan life at the Abramo and that's someone who kumasi a Jumabra program a lunch. You have free time as I CBC say baby. Nay, my Rahosa crapper for friend say, me quay yesi and ya ya invite ye. Now, we are journalists, over course our programmer, over catchers, our capacity, as in the air, Hano, over that them. May the movie see you. Nafi Yako and Sem, I will do so. Honorable Akando or Bon Homodin, ye papa. By way a humble advice. Sagana, I am very careful. 5 years here, away in Nimuno, Yamebuno, Omuni Dachim beam. Mabunu ni any dachi. And now for Babuna when you're 25 years, say, oh, my concrete, Juma. Ukra a year, what they say, Ribaruma, Untuminko. Ukrama no order. Tramo. Then no one for him a baby system. No. Food and Drugs Authority, dear no more. Moko pharmaceutical shops, any drug shops, I would do Mumra Honamu checking no moton at the Matimamo. Mu say you to ne papa yana areho emanom ememanom ubetimi hu obi a woni ne one community one neighborhood now within by 6 months no asesa prekope usha no kwa hu ne say ni pessimist ni yesi bibi the red omonom a omoda omote wo say anu omoda tramo yesi bi the aziz edi no do so bebre edi say muna mbe hu ne den. Can you imagine? And say you're very careful. So Maya 5 years away anymore. You may be na mobile junkies for no money. And it may be refugee BM. Share Oko East Legon and ɛyɛ other areas no saa dealers no mo ye no bɔne no omo ma bebre o ma kafi omo ntimi mpie I was here very careful nye de bia na me ba betena e be ka NDC MPP but if you nye me danya me ase pa se mabusu ambi wo mu no A to Z obi anim hwe no yes ya de tafre ba se nom pa se we ni de tafre de oboa ende man ka na meboa atai de yitimenom but areho ade ko amoyi amode mo fa measurement nto ho nipa ba ku betimi ahye saa fra no pa kosi anwumre ne dia ne se wote eye pabo bi a yese obehye ahye fra no pa kosi anwumre ene mutumi to energy drink no mo di super glue ago energy drink no mo di no bi afrafra obekọ no mo nyina no obi etonku ye wo food and drugs authority e wo Ghana ha eno apati ase yes your friend mixture se me bie phone lance na mo betensem but adan if hin yakwa kodu ba bia yedu no if hin yakwa kodu ba bia yedu no and are we comfortable with these things you hu how e besi atete yema akwada tifie akwada anya adwuma akwada enye bosumi akatua akwada be ko University of Ghana Legon level 100 obebe fie no order Mercedes Benz mu papa ankoto ama no maami ankoto ama no akwada ni nyeska no hen ye ba na wo fo bone no so so en akwada mre omo mpebre se ye mu bia eja entafo ya ye dede bia adwuma wura ye sori a ye bebre saa ye de ezeja potoma ne fia na manfo de abebom ye de no me maye me na ntwe ne mponche saa ne menkokọ saa sori anu pe bia mekọ akosesa me banchi wura ene mabunu sen ena aka kire mo so mo fa de ensi o mutire so nton abre mo secondary school mo beye ba ye wo secondary school no ne ye so anema ye pon so anema e wo itire so Bolga station kuma se eye so ame magazine o mo he me life e ya we enye ntoro na mitwa so na pace and brass na wonam mazam anita dend close up na wonam enne ni nyina ayira e mabunu ni daache obi apese obebre obi ape quick money ope means bia quick next kana ba bitum obani nya adwuma obani yusu Mercedes obani yusu Elantra we yusu car we expensive cars obani so nya adwuma scan wonya wo hen fraud sakawa eno ne yete ho de ne obi hu sa wonam gone too soon me fie ko ani mo pawo me boss sankova tete danso Anderson eye boaben wonya abofra na so da bia obehu mugabe na mugabe look fresh because eniema bi wo ho a wo ye medien menye nti wo obi a wo ye saa de no so ntimi nya madam for that me cut it off unwa apapom ahwe wo mo abo apapom hu wo ma ahwe wo mo apapon abo apapon wo de wo awunimu no nu hu na hwe ni we o setie resuru besi form abo akokora nti eye futu food and drugs authority for monye modwuma yie afei yentin si eye MPP mu over the weekend na yesi okote se obi abodwe se ehye a na wasensu ayeden esi wodi ho yesi fiti ya na eba apa wawo NDC munteni ye adwumaden nkabom kroye unity no ana edi koji eyetumi Asante region man to aba maye tirimu enye ye de bebreu nkofo ne sika na wo ma wi akogu fie no eda so wo ho ene wo munya no timika se yetimi njeli obi a wo mu na eka wonya me na meka se wate se sa Abraham dia na wode ahofe kai abronye wonam no kasa o si obi atimi nya no foko bado kana ye no kure because ye ja wo mu no mo ye di wo mo pe nkasa bre kanipa be ya 30 ya la ni omo app Umuko BNI ni yoko basa. Ni ajamo ya seize mu passport. Mo be kwa basa. Na why you steady. Ba se sam no nya adwuma sa. Go to the NLE. KGL da so te ho. One man bibia KGL. When you be any competition. KGL no be any competition. KGL was a board member. I want to Kufuor, one of the government is a board member. Do your test. Me kasasa akeke. KGL odin is 6 year birthday. Na do she obi. Na ba womia asenti be di etuo. MPP phone. And the aba power. More than 3 months. Contract ni da su kura no. Onu obi am pre platform no nko a. And the tete ane say papa ni timi gina baby di nkomo de tete no makayake say wono de ye de oba ho say be ye managing director na CEO na oba na odo ani be se so oba me apamo nonsense o ma be pamo mo na be pamo na me fire wo betimi achesi mi try na obi hu me se baby a mebo awura baby a mebo awura obi a won pesa aban we e be succeed bia no make sure say waso be ehye ena mo a yama mo appointment ya mo ha ase any MPP for no AD agro no mo be careful oba won say MPP di 8 years MPP abe o more power no ye hu how NDC contractors o mo se suffer ene ye wo tumi na oba won say MPP ni na NDC ni asonesa edi ni kowura eye ministry bi se okope contract ayeden e de ama no na omo NDC for no mo tena fie 8 years no ye pay bibi mo mo nya nwie ya ye sa akoma MPP for so mo nya de adwuma ewo yes adani ye nia ye tu amena sa way back 2013 2014 2015 16 I said it on Muntie FM. And this year advert, daily guide, front page, you twist kakesi at the moment. Eteki Mugabe, some voice out, and son aside any other, stop it, and the advert in the radio good any muntie. Mebua Monkobisa. Ade. And now for near too much, and this senior people are good near too much. And be before names had good you know. And be before names had good you know. You're very careful. 2028 anya jo mama na ekwo. Semu amuni mu no. 2028 anya jo mama na ekwo. Embi before masefo mo masate campaign na dawo. Ene se program bi na ekwo aba wo mi akọ na okoma 3 million Ghana. Kene Japan so be ma 2 million. Kwa se brand champion kokoma se o se market ni mesi amam. Aden wo mo aba mu no brand champion wan kosi market na amam. Aden wo mo aba mu no Kennedy Japan ne ba womia wo makwa akosi market na amam. Ena ba womia tiasim misi ba womia wa yedan wa tiasim na nado wo ma pri bibia bi mutie na mutie ni ye na nado ni din ni mfonyin emeda ye paper bia so ballot paper bia so say okwa akopɛ president bia di baba womia betimi aba Kennedy betimi aba Brand Champo betimi aba ba agro no ma saase a o ma sate ene no agro no ma saase ene no gumbe na o ma ha se toto sase no ma sate ebom no ba womia so ma so eden Sure. Nanado call how many times? 2008, right? 2008, 2012, and 2016. Ni third time. Ana Ghana for ye den. Eto abade man. Wasati 2008 no. No kan sem hunu sa udi atem. Be che o mo say mema. Ade no bi atem enu. Eti wakwa se ekire bibi o mo kakra ho ekire o mo bibi kakra ho na mafo hu se wo ye tutuani ne kasa nye satam na the late Atamese na ma o preach peace my brothers and sisters na to Ghana for trim bananado e de adada sa ne ba wumia mo so yenwe ama wo mo san eko siesie na nado fofo e de ne ba 2016 the battle is the Lord ye ba na fe de all die be down no atoagu o wo makofra ne tuma foforo ema wo mutimi di atoro saa ma ne togano fotirim se Jomama oye kromfo oye corrupt emi ye beto abaye den etia Jomama. See, I am very careful as a political party ni atoto ye ne mayie ni anhwe ba bia ye de appointment ye de amanfo kɔ sɛ wo ma ye de wo mo various positions no wo mu ye obi o mo betimi aboa grassroots na ana wo mo kɔ protect ballot box wo ma no mo de akire de ma mo Tesa not training school wo ma no mo ballot box wo ban Techima South Obuasi East and Obuasi South san kwafo no ye to abawie ye 4 months ni motimi awreche out to them ana. Yes. Kwafana momo ma appointment no sa fu soldiers no wo asem hia bi obetimi awoki to say nipa no office. And then Asante region mutimi release MCs any DCs cause aye interview na ye de awie wo region ye de aba national ye national awie ebi mu nam akire say we de wo de ye de ne kwa amanfo no nyini ntum e wo ho ye de we kwa we no we ye tani we ye we free tribalism. Sata mane nam Kumasi tamale we ne ba ne de hu se Mugabe etani abana ba wie nti se obi pre DMC ana DC wo mampon a yesi di miasa na ya short listening nyina no miasa nyina ye ntafo de enyi obi mfiri nchen no ma medi esi ne nsi kina ene edi na be ka dem mo be kwa akoto wo mo e wa ase ho se mo tweet grassroots ni year 2028 mo be kwa ase wa kwa akoto wo mo Musira kwala so mo reach out to them more than 100 days in office ye bi se o mo kwa o mo fa so o mo didi o mo yire ne o mo asetena mo tesen appointees na ya mo adwuma no wo mo reach out to those people ana yesi me ba betra asa me ba be so obi so me bie jama Ghana nyina obi abaye study de o sefota no mo fa ma no ye de wo kwa wo mo wa ase on kai wo mo na bo a wo mo na nyai MPP abedi 8 years ko na sel yankofo enam ebre ya umadane beggars omo bre ye fi obi a yankofo no ebre they are suffering and MPP for no and now for no NDC ni MPP now for no I too much me Mugabe me ni MPP contractor nim da some de ne call Roads and Highways Minister ho akwape contract aye de man I will never do it. Me make sure say akwanya bi ewo ho a meboa NDC for first NDC for no so mu di yie ma ka obi anka ma wo mo posi for no mo niam akoyie wa ha eteki Mugabe say meka akwape me say ye be da ye be yi dampare e da ye yi dampare no ho de wi posi for si jubility ewo Ghana ha fire service ADA ya mame ma wo si bo adwuma CDS new CDS bo adwuma wo call a prison service ya mame message ba for bone adwuma MPP now for no too much. It is time for you guys to stop. I'm saying it without fear or favor. Ba wo mi amu campaign o masate and ye ka say yi level ba am why ye kan ye ntie why and na chairman of the economic management team na ye ba wo mi ye kan ye ntie o kasa kire why he was referring to Nanado say no mo ka hwia wanyadan ontie metiwa meka say obi tene wa fere so ka kire say Mugabe no munya no kasa too much useless caricatures. Those ones no mu useless caricatures. Meka no kura ne meka no kura china meka no kura de tie said be a NDC John Mahama obe succeed. Mo fa ba wo me video no to so ma me. Ne tie nsem a waka. Ba wo me ye tie nsem a wa ya dan waka.
All the studies are so far. The big issues are one, cost of living. Niema bo e kosoro ahochiri ebai. The kanu eye adia ye friend of arrogance of power. Express yasu na eyenti. Yasu edi yentie asem. Party for country say yenye reshuffle. And yes, sir. 8 years, Yanti. And yes, sir. Party for country say Yampe 11. 11 no at the high game. The Tosso answer. Party for country say haircuts no debt restructure no DDEP. Somewhat in answer. Say, sad debt restructuring no, a bit hard because most of them are pensioners. And my penny announcing said there will be no haircut. Some okay. Ghana for in ING. But a buyer no, you be a haircut. Also, a buy ye tuya napco view, na ye tuya afforestation for view. Hatred so ye tell. And also share regions be brave, said the General Secretary Carrier. Ye votes no, do on the war no. Ya need you man be brave. Western region said the Okayo, Uko Jomora, Uko Evaluatura, Uko Mpohoa. So many places, ya find a problem. Market said. Intimidate Shaban, yes. So the problems that is just Western region. Ocean, na MPP, na ye kotu abang, na Kabono, na Enuhopa. And yes, sir, na ye kasa against each other. Na NDC airborne radio TV towards the 2-3 weeks to the election. So now only campaign but playing our own language back to us. Etina ehia said ye campaign she said ye internal contest. Don't break down your opponent.
Yeah. Oh, Ejumano. ABNDC for nebe ma adwuma na yede in 2028 ni nyina ne se mo ahwe mo grassroots na ene be ma mo abre na we mu nyansa sem bia ni ho wo kama Ghana fo bia o mbetie wo se no ma so eden one na na adu o mu mienu wo kotra asempa ekosi se ni menu akuma obi so ka se Palugu dam no de ma yeden mo ya awie ni 6 months no wasa be ka se wo ba wo be ye we useless Vice President Ghana nya under the Fourth Republic. Wo be hu wani be hu Kenya so na anya dan si woda. Se wo be ba be di president pa, ye mu bi etiase, se ye betena wo pa ma wo ba be di president ensi. This year share adaka minimum. Sa ensam na wo kan ye ni nyina na wo se no mo bo radio so no mo bo TV so. Eye me ana na me bo. Eye me a ensam na wo kan ye no, eye me ana na me bo. Me ba me yi levy afri. O so wo yi free way. Mission levy me ba meyi yifri ho betting tax me ba meyi yifri ho afekwa de omudu so wi o mo se betting tax no ma introduce amemo pa amemo fon pa na Ghana for mu 8 years ne wanya opportunity a mo chenkofo na musuru sa mo bechi wo na edu be bia na Makai Rollins Burkina Faso for star ni bi na ho toale ne star ni bi na mehwehwe o edu ba bia wo se widie na kan widie na no amana kan widie no e de niam amete ase no what you say if persuasion fails force must be applied edu ba bi na wo se kan widie na mane kan widie no nipa ne nessa mo be steady yet Ghana have for 8 years and this be demonstration bia na court dan pare ne nkofo no ma court see the injunction to so e mamonye power se sign ya NDC ba power ne de itimi grant say monkoye demonstration and eniema o masesa o mo pese o mo de eba no eniema MPP vo asesa o mo pese o mo de ba no I go mo be feeling yes just say mu bi ni yateda Bayanto, because of John Mahamenti, Yemu be ante nada, a big geneti, a defending anopa a ria and you mere. Obi abekokra, a beka fewer, ye few never can be defending. And who shall near ma akoso in MPP, Sika Omoria, a Juman also Moya, Omanye, a cow mobile to 122 billion Ghana cedis. Now Omokono de over 750 billion, and a Dawa Kaya, dear Enono. And the Omunya no ya den ekasa. Nka ba womiao ka wasate enambia na New PDS womu Ghana for sika over 8 months. Womu atumi account to the good people of this country. Scanner da so shi womu pass. Sika de timi bua ma yetimi de be hyehyem pass na dollar ne euro ne pounds no. Enkwada kwati fie wo eyi bia womu timi de be kwa ye toilet roll. Efie wu ahunu se sika na so wate. Yes, we call you maba no improve mu no aba be wura dem hu say ye kind dollars. Sand we hu say the dollars in the ensaka. Be the good poly tank mu. Etia ya ba power intimi nchi obi a. Ti omo benya anu aye den akasa. Monya adwuma bi a mo pese mu ye bi a. Sa nkofo we wo mo madi o mani sika mo anjeli o ma mo forget 2028. Yes. Didie bi en ho aga na benya o mo mu bi. E fa ho ne candidate amode ne beba. Se yan satene na ya ho se nkofo o madi o man we yawu eni se o munya ano ekasa ka me se me ne o ekai o maso ayehye wo be court Monday Tuesday Wednesday Thursday Friday ni amo ahome Monday Tuesday Wednesday Thursday Friday ni amo ahome bia na se okoba na esizo passport wo pese okọ chele a wonto me chele waso be yehye amanfo na amomo no omo nyare asesei wo da pressure aduro so mo so mebo akoda so bi won se ewi ase de di wa enya wo de no ye fa nye wunia my train say 1 year answer. But when me say reshuffle, you see yanya reshuffle, ya timi anya dan, ya tumi anya. Ya win power 4 months in MPP for the association offices. Go to a year civil aviation. MPP for the association. Freema pare boss and guests and the association. And the NDC for now, we must suffer for the past 8 years. We move positions in film. Yes. One about high grassroots, no. Look at somebody like a large scenario. One namusomo our ofeso, and sometimes cry no cry microphone. Once a microphone say a crowd sana agra de jakura. I hear a bit me a boa won't sorry beam. In ofeso, no genesomu, now what tiemu zongo communities. I was so key and I'll call lobby for an appointment. No. Yes. But the man will hear grassroots, no. Say 4 years in a mobile fine. But money some say after your mama no, to us na yam yes MPP kura MPP mapa we bi ma. Yam ma grassroots for no yam money. That's all. Yam ba grassroots no omani. Today I'm fighting for the grassroots. Nipo na okotali poster no. Nipo na protect ballot ne ma wo ansa na wokonya minister nedi. Ansa na wokonya MP nedi no. And now kaino. And I make a sabibre. Once I say me peer one day and a baby yedi. And I'll continue to shake the foundation without fear or favor. Me a me. And you want me. Yes. Who was so annoyed then? Now what ye? How many months in 4 months, ambassadorial way no. Blessed be back. Omo ti hair day. Womo ti hair day. Amemo no aya 4 years. Anya 3.5 years. Aya 4 years. Gonna for the mandate to the mawa. 4 years. Yawo aya epu ye bekom memeboa. Asante region ye ni bakoko ye DC ana MC in Asante region. Apart from mayor aye no Zuba asa. Listen to Shadamo yede. Dia tina mutimi release listen no. Dia na teach ma o listen no a mutimi release. Mama expect so be bafa fun aframe akase Mugabe kasa dodo. Na manfo anya opportunity. Na omo ya niama e wo various assemblies no. Na bana samba betia in 2028. Mo boya na ase mo die o. Yes. Say ye mu bi ho me ameti yes me man kan e be di so obi fufuro betimi aka. But we say it without fear or favor. Who office o me ma ho. Wo ye adwuma ni ya me ba betena abo waba so na ba bi ye kɔ no say ya nkasa ne ya ka say oh ene ya kɔ lunch program wey ene ya kɔ lunch program wey assemblies no ho John Mahama for 4 years you first na administration na wo ba ye no wo the 1 year gina court onya 3 years but ye hwɛ niam a wo ye ko food and that's authority MPP need that so uko GBC akɔ no asese ekɔ so GBC Wobitimi be pie ka say baby a wano wate no not even the president. And betimi ayi no. And the person is still sitting there. So ye GBC dey. Akufo ado time. No ye GBC dey. Chief Justice cry suspend no. Na who ti GBC a who to make us say not even the president. Come on. You better transfer what the work of GBC a radio station what tamale. Boko baby omoko no and you say obi a wo pet transfer pa no e ho na me de wako say o GBC for money radio station apa is e de wako akoto wo na koye manager wo ho original manager wo ho esa me 2 for waso ho mienu a wo betena ha wonni nkwase asem sa kwafo ne pepa wa no mo he de oto wo kan samfo no ye pepa wa no ye nam gates mu ye di tuo chesi ye hotel no mo he you were equally qualified NDC guys who met me aye adwuma no mutifie omunam no mudi omusivi nam na people for that so tete sa offices ya recruit ko aye nim say we mo kan ho we mo kan ho hwe NDC mitomfo se mo anya very careful 2028 bedu hwe ene dan pare be kono wo promote MPP go for society ESP and na kwawe NDC for mo 8 years nyina no the oil inspector da so inspector the oil chief inspector da so chief inspector o ma college o ma twa fail MPP for no o mo de na epin o mo gumu sa to be won say all the district commanders no mo nyina ye MPP for because only choice so your inspector so to me fa no koto mo promote mo crofo yes meka no me see obi te ne office ni boafu ase mo nya no nya no kwase asem na okeka no ba meka god ejane hyewa wa wo beba nada wo ma ya tag wo mo so wo mo ya NDC fo a wo mo ya post fo wo mo ya inspector ni chief inspector so wo mo de promote wo mo de sama nya na ye ni Ghana ha azugu saman so da so na police service mu na rank ye de satama odi bone na rank ye de odi bone ni promote no go and do your checks odi bone no ye promote no ye tegana ha me etime tage eye police officer say we ye NDC ni na eye papa Jubilee House ni ye chase ni Jubilee House na Bruce me kasa minim de America City MP ni Sina Sum Sam George e wa ya waso Westwagon de ne sie hwi yesi ene sabrata ne nam o be president edu brane champon won nam so be president de nafofo nyina ya NDC fo nko a me boa mo ka kire me se me boa brane champon nafofo ya NDC fo nko a abawe ya be wo be senya contract obenya sika ne mo no asane mo de ababe mo ahom mo man kofo no weapon no mo de abe fight mo wait ko betra opposition 20 years ya ma contract ba kokrada enso mo be ma no so our friends mo kwaso na mo nya friends emira ne beso mo ka za da bia na ebenya anu aba betra ha kasa adwuma ye wo adwuma ene bia na me ho kire na bia na me ni ho kaba wai so okọ kaba owai ongoy yes omasofo radio gold owai okọ just a date see hu ne nani anka obi ani ho obeka ba me kan without fear or favor because ntimi nya me no kura no so na meka de meka no so no tie na wo ye ni ya ebe so abapa ya che tamese ba ya no say this is in enya my father for all omotina baby mutina office 6 months 8 months omo de omo de ye they will sabotage the system mame fa we no gumbe ni sio na ansa na meko enadwo nti sofo Minua Penny, a year, Amponza, Dr. Papa Obeba. But over the weekend, we because so, I will a year winner. As a mamma fire, sir, oh, my means look akra. Nipa baku timi ware matre one day. Obi o ha o baako pe. Okofa girlfriend kura wechira sa chika na ayasem. Hwe e man na ti wono, be man na ti mfimfin no. E man wo fra miensafo we nyina na omo ye kwareses. Na be man no so no so ka kwa group no ho asa na woko Dubai. Ene wakwa Dubai akoye yetam. Watumi afa Emirate abagana. Etimi abeware e ma makoma miensa. Ah papa den wa mafia. I was a cowba as was the baby become. Yeah, a man knew a mammy and son, 1 man, 3 wives. Now, wait, so what United Kingdom? Now, why are now queer way be? I said, my own dear, gay, I wanted your mappiness. Nabama, or what you me as I your mumpiness. Now, say, a my bay, a bushafu will be an and a baneba. Na obana odi kan no ne din de Angelina Pra. Second wife ni Grace Ajako na Esther Abbas. Wo de ente de course ho. Mo feel kakra. What the invitation invitation de man for marriage engagement in any you. It's what I say Nicholas Imbe. And what worry mommy and saying na because so date way reception we wa reception we wa na day 1 no na ye Grace Ejako oni ye ware ni day 1 eno ne ye koso 23rd April. Day 2 na eye Esther Abbas eno koso 24th April. Ewo eye community center bi eno so wo winiba. Day 3 eye Angelina Pra to fire Grace day 1, day 2 no fire Esther Abbas, and day 3 of fire Angelina Pra. Mami ese nyina so wo awofo. We are sika de nipa be ko ni onko. Nicholas. Papa ni di Nicholas yo. Nicholas, timi ware mami ensa. Na mai awofo ye ni age. Se boga ba fie, Dubai boga ba fie. Na Kavian tete yi, wo de wonya na adwene se obetrespass one kura. Elizabeth beto na adwuma ma. Boga we champion wati. Ware man ye fe. Ene mo wese amanfo wo interest wo stories. Opa story we e man na eba no. Bia se kente, o moti wo mo ho ase. Ma miensa. 1 man, 1 wife. Eno say we twam o yiritie. Benya samu kofia na abi hu. Dr. Bonsa Makwaba.
What to say?
About the Adam, my hit here.
Oh, no. Yeah, I'm sure. I am on BP, no more hospital. So, more pressure on BP because of it.
I was here dinner my 2 years.
I don't want to make no
fantastic.
What this card? I've been a BP, no.
What I say? I mean, me nkwaje aban bibia me to am hu so mfie nwatwe me obi anche simi obi ama me fie se obefa me ka obi ama me fie se obeje me fie na wo sa odon sa bom dia oni baba ko to fie 27 a wo na bekwa ko bu akonta na wi dia na wo mai
me da se bebri me chia ahwefo nyina me din de Dr. Mponsa me ka je so ma me se wa yare sa fie sa wo hwe me e wo power ana se TV XYZ ha Bombadi ana hwe Dr. Mponsa na ho beto. Ye onkrofo bebre yare e da fie na so ohunu ba bi omfa na nimhwe. O se Dr. Manantia me hontome. Sa afo no na me hia mo. Wu a wanantia chini a yare no nko. Sa onkrofo no nyina me hia mo. Dr. Mponsa Herbal Hospital. Matrase mi ankasa nso me wo ha. Ana se mi ntu kwan sesi a enti wiki nyina miankasa metrase ahwe enkrofo a mo homfa mo ene mo a mo wo problem ye wo enkrofo bi mo wo ho a wa yare a wo hunu yare a eha no obi to ba hospital o se doctor me yare 20 years ni nanso ma ye lab sa ye hu yare eha me miti pai me machika se ye me ya me mfi ye me ya me ho hyehye me ho ye me basa wo hunu ade kro Dr. Mponsa me maso ye ubeduru a mehuna de kro na masolve ama wo so simple ye wo obi wo se doctor manya burning sensation sa yare ye friend ahohyehye onipadua mu ahyehye so many years enko bibia ye friend acid na akọ wo system no mu afa babiansa se fa na sa acid na wasa wo jonso no ebia na ebia akọ wo system no mu a enye ye onkrofo bebre wo ho a titru ema wo kodwom senka ebia jonso akana se okojonso no onye da obesan ade ahye no ho abafie obeba fie na ayira asan akọ wo system no mu biem nti e basa ebepra wo ene ye wo nkrofo bebre wo ho a wo se okọ toilet na onu ade toilet na ahye no ho na aka ho wo ho a na toilet na ayira ekọ he eda so wo ho ensuo na ewom no a enya nke wo se wuyi no ni nyina asan akọ wo system no mu back e basa toxic efi toxic ebeba wo system no mu e basa ebetunu ama oyare saa de wei enkrofo a motaye saa no etaagya mo enka ewo mo body mu etimo nhwe ne yie mame wa wutie me na wo saa problem no ntamu a tutu America na Brass Spintex Coastal Junction uduru ha busa taxi station ewo no say wo hwe Dr. Mponsa wo mo do beba ene ye wo nkrofo bi no nso ewo ha saa nkrofo no nso so eye nkrofo a wo yare bibi ti say bibi a ye kan say acid ana say owo brother acid ne brother no yare acid bi abegiram aprepra no eno ti sa enema we nso etumu ema sa burning sensation a ye kan no ahohihie sa acid no wo brother no mu cha etumu kura etumu how ekoma prostate cancer ana se prostatitis what is that entamu a tutu America Dr. Mponsa sa de awo so ache ene ama wojonso a wo chem wojonso a emaye wojonso a ehyehyew minua o hweme ne bomode anabra na memwa na we de eye adeketu abi obi tiwa wo se doctor mi wo ho na mi hu se misisi mo hyehyeme misisi ya me ya misisi mo dwa me sa ade yi eye infection anase acid ya mekan eno nso etumo de ba sa acid eche wo ho a etumo ma osisi yare pa ebetumi apreprawo ene ye wo infections STDs ahodo infection bit is gonorrhea syphilis bilharzia candidiasis sa STDs ahodo we nyina no nso etumo emma osisi yare number 1 ene ti sa we yare sisi yare abra na Dr. Mponsa menhwa de kure de ma ho na men solve ma ho na honto obi se doctor medie no ama mian kasa madwen ye mudududu metewa mitumu se madwen mu ye midru pa ni timu eye ni dududu ohunu ade kro wa yare ti yare ache menu ya wutie me ne etire no ekroba mu a ene yesa se kroba wuti mu a etumu factor wa adwen na wa adwen so yare a obetumi anya stroke tie mi ye pa wa adwen ene be yare edi kan ansa na watumi abenya yare a ye friend stroke ene ti sa wote sa na wo hweme na sa wa adwene mu timu ye odududu na oti dwao na yesa we refri ade ntentem a wa mpa nhwe a obetumi anya yare a brony friend stroke ana sa yen yesi emubo yare mo wani na ho na bra na memwa ma memwa number na me sori nso a mesande atodwa na obi tika mu si fom obi so sori afri ni TV ho ene ti ma memwa number no na frame o fra men kan how nyina wo phone so bo modern na bra na aba beba beto Dr. Mponsa miankasa na masa yare frame 0243 11 08 75 0243 11 08 75 0243 11 08 75 and a Tigo line on Suni 027 85 99 611 027 85 99 611 number na mi di kan boy no esan ye WhatsApp no eya ye voice message mame e be simple me drive kura metumi a reply kama eni se wotie me ne na o yare a ye wo yare bi a ye fra no diabetes asichire yare ena pesa me chiro bibi na ate bibi ase yi diabetes ye yare a enema de ba kese pa ye mienu tie mi ye bebre wo ho se diabetes no kra wonim kwa ye fa so bae ma me nchiro number 1 eye bibi ewo yemu a ana se wo de meka se wo yam a ye frɛ no digestive wodidi a eno ana yam unuane no ansa na aduane no akɔyɛ adwuma yie na sɛ wo digestive no yare a tie me sɛ wo digestive no yare a wodidi a aduane no nyam ɛba saa wobɛnya wasikyire bɛkɔ soro ɛkɔ soro saa no a ɛnyɛ diabetes yo tie me but wo doctor na ɔhwɛ no sɛ wammoa wa ɔbɛma wanya diabetes sɛ wohu sɛ wasikyire akɔ soro na sɛ pa ebi a fever bi akyɛw malaria bi wɔ wo ho ɛno nti wokɔhwɛ yɛ no wasikyire no kɔ soro 18 19 bi kura to kɔduru 20 wonyare diabetes da o but that day no kɔɔyɛ no wasikyire no akɔ soro high ade kura nyinaa ne sɛ onua ne a wodi yɛ no adagesi anka doctor no bɛboa wo a nka ɔbɛma wo akɔnom ebi a lemon na lam kakra na wafa aduro kakra bi a enhye danye diabetes aduro na wa ma 2 weeks na nka waba na wasen ya check wahwe se ade na eye ono eye wasikyire na kosoro alanse wanya diabetes ansa na nka wa ma waduro but okoye no a o doctor na de wato diabetes aduro so nanso woni diabetes aduro no nso a wo fa no eye diabetes aduro eba sa aduro no bede da wo pancreas no because sa aduro no mfa wo pancreas mu nya adwuma eti pancreas no nya adwuma mo na wo fa aduro no mo no na wo nya diabetes asikyire yare ene yawo bibi ba ko wa efe no pancreas se kuro ba wo pancreas no mu a ye betumi akasa wo pancreatitis ekuro aba pancreas no mu ebasa asikyire no ntomo nya adwuma yie emma wo tiemi yie pa pancreas no na de wasikyire nyina ya adwuma ma wo ono nso yare eno nti asikyire no bekwa akɔfa mmojam na broni aka kyerɛ sɛ wo diabetes eno ena ye diabetes direct na diabetes no so ye wo type 1 ena ye wo type 2 tiemi yie type 2 no de pancreas no ya adwuma na nso asikyire no nso nipadua no type 1 no de ne ho yɛ den pa ɛnti sɛ wotie mi a hwɛ ɛbere bia meka sɛ wo yare asikyire yare a diabetes yɛ very powerful sin HIV me kyerɛ wo nne diabetes na tubo de 24 hours ɛfɔn nipa HIV betumi atena ho bɛɛ sɛ 10 years 20 years ansa na so bɛte a ɔso ate but diabetes betumi de 24 hours ama wa phone even 12 hours ama wa phone enti diabetes is dangerous we poisonous to ankasa se wotie mi a faka abra odi yesa odi uba na beba abo Dr. Amponsa Herbal Hospital otra uba mu ana wa abo Dr. Amponsa Herbal Hospital edo beba saa niema we na metena huhu se ye wa afidie bi wo ho a me amato ne din ye fra no magic machine saa magic machine na me de aba no sɛ wo diabetes na sɛ wo pancreatitis ya ebia na pancreas ne cells no ewu anase awu me the machine si so a ebe collect pancreas no sɛ pancreas no ho tɔ no a ɛno a bɛkɔ akɔtwe wasikyira akɔ mogam nyina ɛba sa one diabetes biem ɛno nti mu amowo stomach ulcer peptic ulcer chronic ulcer any gastric ulcer any ne yakeka ho na mo yi moni no enche ubetumi anya yare a your friend diabetes because o pancreas no wo yam enti se kuro no a wo yam no fro pancreas no pe wasikyire ebe kosoro eno nti diabetes West Africa nyina me ne best sawo abrokyire sawo Ghana African countries ba bibiara a wo hwe Mugabe program idie ana sa wo hwe TVSYZ ene Power FM no ba modern na hwe Dr. Amponsa kyira kwan na bra na mem sa yare mem nkasa nto sabi because me ni ameye enye ogidie na ebe sa yare muntie sa ade we mame obi wo ti o si o media menyini sa yare menye ogidie na ebe sa yare amame ni emhia ya wo mae wogidie o wonyini o ho betowo ye won krofo bebre ho mo yare stroke yare e de da fie mo sesa wo mo nyina amre me na magic machine wo ho magic machine o blasters na awu no e be nyane ni nyina entini na anya adwuma no e be ma na ya adwuma sa wo pains unipadua mu ye wo ya o konka sei wachika sei o mfe aya wo ya serious ya the magic machine si usu a just 20 minutes na pains ni nyina ayira enya sa wugidio na abaye o wo pe wo mpe wo ba yare no beko enya sa wo be so ahwe me ho ye nso nhwe eti sa wutie me na wo yare da fie goni abrese yare no beku a enku da a meti ase ye wo bi ani wuadru a ono ye yare hwe enye apart from me no enipa bebre na wu nanso o mu wu nuri because of na ade a odi besi ade ha no na no nti eti sa wutie me na wo ye obi a wo problem na wo tifie o dwen di areho a Dr. Mponsama promise will say bra na me mo me ankasa metranse fro kire week nyina metranse ahye asa enipa yare obi wo se doctor me de me wo awo problem me nua wo hwe me ne ene ye fufuo na atwa ye to nkwan mu wo pe twins kura me ma wo sa na tie awo no se de ti biara ba meboa wo ena wo so wo tie me na wo typhoid fever obi so wo typhoid obi so wo yare no onim yare kro mogabi ta typhoid ye obi a symptoms no unim abaka se yato wadro eto da ba se otipa o eho na okon ya wo ya na wachika sei wo mfe ta ya wo ya wo yam ta bobom wani so chiru kakra eya wo se wube adaba chi na ate ho eto da na yam ahwie eto da na yam atim typhoid fever or ye dangerous or ma burning sensation kasa edi se wotie mi a yare a menye ho adro ye ba akopɛ ye fra no cho echo a sabi ye ma be ma hwe wa ye kese ye no eno de mi ntomo moa se enya sa yare we na yare biara hawa Braspentes Coastal Junction uduru abusa taxi station na ho no se o hwe Dr. Mponsa o mo do beba o de uba nso a eno anso beba Dr. Mponsa Herbal Hospital ma me mo number no na so beti asem a ketuwa bi meka kosi o chena kura na wo ma enu nti se wutie mi ana sa wo hwe mi a meka kire o se yare na hawo no me bodin o ma modin o ma kire o se yare ba ko na menye ho aduro eno ane cho se enya cho a bra na me mo number no na frɛ na bra na emidi kan ya bɔ no yɛ WhatsApp ɛsan yɛ calling number but sɛ wo yɛ voice message a mepe na matia ma wo eti frɛ 0243 11 08 75 0243 11 08 75 ɛna tigo number ni ɛno so frɛ be more direction 027 85 99 611 027 85 99 611 waga bi mesra tie fo say oya na omfa ncha me say ya me kasa wo fra membusa price na no na bi mu kasa ade na ya me kasa menya sure so kokwalebu abebusa price sa na hospital tie nti sa wo hwa me a ye na sa ma me doctor won hwe wo a obema price na onye doctor enti me da ase bebri nyame nhira mo na oma adwuma enkoso
very well mother Dr. Amponsa Asik ye beda en simete wo mo na atankolega biga the capacity man yaba ye ba ye besi nkonya Alessa Tahiru Nelson senior political analyst deputy CEO of the Airways woni minua ba Her Excellency Obapa Ahun Fehima, the fantastic woman, lawyer Zita Benson. Yabasisia.
Mesi menana no aguru basa As for me, I take very good care of my grandkids. Ye dear grow. Na yes, a room maybe crana. Me bano timide or maybe gumi so weekend.
Hey, woman,
remember, I don't think I'm catching say. Ya no medi garlic capsules. Also, you know, a basis so come. As I stand here, my doctor said my whole system has improved very well.
Medi garlic
capsules. Yes, Medi garlic capsules.
Oh,
Medimosis garlic capsules. Boa mamoja di nipadua mu efurusani ye na esiesie oba ne barima mahona wodin. Ubenya edroyi bi ato omanyi mu pharmacy stores frɛ wo 050-349-4885. Edroyi enya mamofra enye ndi mfie dumienu. Apemfo ene emma emanofo. Medimosis wunni how FDA ajidwe di nkra toyi ato.
The serene environment fits into the goal of the school, which is simply to provide excellent educational foundation for your ward's development before they commence primary education. At first glance, clearly you will see why the school is called Hebron Hills International School, as the building stands tall overlooking town. With a Montessori style, we have experienced and dedicated staff and trained teachers. Our small sizes classrooms are meant to enhance teacher-focused approach where children get one-on-one attention from the teacher. Hello there. We are open at 7:30 a.m. and school closes at 2:30 p.m. After school care is from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m., while early drop-off can be arranged at 6 a.m. Hebron Hills International School is located at Midye off the Nsawam Road. Locate us with GP postcode GW0688 GA West and GPS code 06884870. You can contact the school and make further inquiries on 050-876-2375 or call the office directly on 0302-918768. Email us at hebronhills.school@gmail.com. Hebron Hills International School. Excel and shine.
Upon your arrival, you are introduced to your butler, who plans your itinerary. So many activities, all in the same premises. Visit the gym or the stables, they have it all. At my break, I'm able to practice my putting. They used only electric vehicles here. This creates a serene environment. I'm told it's over 1,000 acres. My cabin here sits on 2 acres with a large terrace space overlooking my private swimming pool. Now this is royalty. They have their own farms, thousands of fruit trees. I can also have my lunch here at the waterfall. Quite a beautiful place you have yourself.
The average human body mass should have at least 60% water for optimal performance in any physical or mental exercise. We can help you maintain it naturally. Natural mineral water. Simply natural. For bulk purchase, call 0596-273-546 or 0596-273-547. This advert is FDA approved.
Welcome back from the commercial break live on TVS YZ and also on Power 97.9 FM and all our affiliate stations across the country. Alessa Tayo Nelson Atanasi and Her Excellency Lawyer Zita Benson, former Ghana ambassador to Czech Republic, former tourism minister and former information minister. Atanasi, yeah, best starting here digest issues in pepe over the weekend activities of course so in the various regions. So and Jumewura. Your program, His Excellency John Dramani Mama, President of the Republic of Ghana, Utime Kolanchi, Ashanti Regional Capital, Kumasi, and then Patemo. Yabesha no so sem akama. Me ma bia fo na kwa ba na fe me mumma kwa be wi a ne akotie ne ko so na fe ye de ensem nyina no ato aso. Excellency, Mwakwaba.
Oh, yeah. I hope so you had a good weekend.
Very, very.
Okay. Jiaobia. Tiefoni Ashafoni.
Obative ni say anu amaswa FFF. What you say?
Bedase.
I am Alessa so akwaba. Na say the sisi tunko na obese. Alessa.
Yeah, Mugabe mas. Divine selection for the Nyamine Dano. Na me dancing so.
So ya ho ya na yefe.
O de net say na me ho ye time no na ye o de.
Me say ho ya na.
Me papa John Dramani Mama ba power. Enti me wo feel cry na me ndidi ye cry na me ye hwe cry. Say me ma obi ehun level say power no
appointment to cry we okay.
Oh, appointment is here by adwuma bebre wo hwa ese yekoye. The appointment ni beti akra ba me pe maji mekwa koye nso. I say in the defense of sustenance of the government, you know, we have to always come to the media. I'm appointments. Don't you see them running around over the weekend? Didn't you see Eldoji Tamaklo on TV on Metro this morning? Didn't you see him excellently? So what you say? Yeah, Sami Jemfi, he was all over explaining the gold board and other things. So Charlie and Erica J2 has been speaking about the Jumara program. Inti appointment ni ba ebe na suit ni me mane ya.
Mese bomame.
What you say? Omo fi so mun kwa no mun nim suit to share. And now so mun share suit. They use it to confuse the local population. Say they are suit wearing politicians. Omo fa shame ma. Yes, me shama omo who say suit is common. We put no big culture. What you say? They hear and say yeah be share there.
British man.
Yes, by my name I have Alistair Antonio. So what do you expect? And my name too Nelson. So I'm a British man. Yeah, under John Mahama's regime. Oh yeah, what you say? Yaba ni de ni aba. What do you say? I feel
and they will do justice to the topics.
Oh, it has to be done. Mugabe akaka kra na me di 50 years. Aka be nti wo be hwe na sa gina wo so sa me bail ni de me nya o. And I do know the fascinating thing about it. Sa da no me da and it will be the 120th day John Mahama has been in power. Into whatever way you want it, I will come to your studios. If you don't bring me on your set here, I'll find a way to come to your studios on your TVXYZ.
By all means.
Yes, I'll come. But you have so many shows that you do. You have sports, you have entertainment, so don't be surprised at all to see me on your network. And it will be interesting to share my views, maybe when it comes to other issues. Sinti Mugabe, but over the weekend now, TPB circulating. When you are down for your market, say, oh, you are down for now own country. Hey, say what down for no.
Any crew will be our train.
That's Hey, and said that sense well who
to me madam for
you call the papa or who here.
I call the papa no.
Well, what coach your sewing machines now are hold and
the papa no.
What coach me? What coach your man? Some my account.
Our hair fan.
Our Volta region. What cover a Greek in what cook room ho. What cook mom sewing machines, bicycles near the so I hold the and they were holding or winning by all the work check chow. Or call road fan no papa. What call see a car and your two name. So he was not and Mr. Kemun so a year winning back. Enti me huni video or no 2018 ya pamo Charlotte say ni nsema no okaye na ene onu di enim yodom na nsema a
osa videos ni
oh chale mobo
ye tie kakra de course adwuma wura ene afenyo market de na fe no ye mesate ye discussion
yo Mugabe
me da se
ni
production team adawra mamofa videos ni so man why
The Juma program which we are launching today stands as a flagship fulfillment of that promise I made in the campaign of 2024. The Jumara program is not a mere policy initiative. It is a declaration of faith in the extraordinary potential of our Ghanaian youth. It is our commitment to nurturing their ambitions and translating their ideas into thriving enterprises that will drive our nation's progress. The Jumara program seeks to stimulate youth employment, entrepreneurship, and innovation across key strategic sectors of our economy. Through a nationwide selection process, we will incubate new businesses and accelerate existing ones. And so those who can apply are not only people who want to establish new businesses, but if you have an ongoing business and you can benefit from the Jumara program, you're also free to apply. And our goal is to create at least 10,000 Ghanaian youth-owned businesses every year over a 4-year period. This initiative will provide, 1, business development training. And so if you have your business or you want to start a business, you'll be trained on how to establish and manage a business. A lot of businesses fail because the promoters of the business do not understand how to run a business. The program will also provide access to funding. Most young people have good ideas, but they cannot start a business because they don't have access to capital. The program will provide coaching and mentorship. And so for some of the people you saw on the documentary, Akosombo Catering, Horseman Shoes, my friend Senaya, and Matthew Agambire and others. These are young entrepreneurs who already have established their businesses. And so when we help you under the Jumara program, we'll assign one of these young entrepreneurs who already have experience in running a business to guide you and support you so that your business will also grow. We'll also provide technological support and access to equipment and machinery. Somebody establishes a business, but he needs some machinery to enhance his productivity, and he cannot afford to buy the equipment or the machine. Ejumara is there for you. It will help you to buy your equipment. Ejumara will also help you with market access and facilitation. You will get support in how to create a market, how to market your products, and how to be able to access sales so that you can get capital to continue to grow your business. And you also have 367 days a year of comprehensive business advisory services. So once you set up your business, it doesn't mean Ejumara is going to leave you like that. If you have any problem, you can always come back to Ejumara and describe what your problem is, and they will support you to go forward. Ladies and gentlemen, this is an ambitious undertaking, but it is necessary if we are to secure a prosperous and resilient future for the youth of Ghana. But let me point out that this program is not like others that were announced in the recent past with a lot of fanfare, but proved to be mirages without adequate funding to sustain them. Ejumara is fully funded with adequate allocation provided by the Ministry of Finance in the 2025 budget. My young brothers and sisters, many big businesses of today were the startups and micro enterprises of yesterday. The Jumara program is designed to be inclusive. It's designed to be youth-led. It's designed to be Ghanaian-owned. And so you must be a Ghanaian to be part of the Jumara program. And the Jumara program is regardless of your educational background. You can have little formal education, but you can become an entrepreneur, and the Jumara will help you to do that. Whether you are university graduates, you graduated from technical school, vocational school alumni, you are a senior high school leaver, or even those with little or no formal education, you will have equal access to opportunities under this program.
That was His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, President of the Republic of Ghana. Young Koi, way back in 2018, and Sema Afenyo Markins, a kanye, Abra Charlotte was say, Nanado, a yenu free office as EC chair. Yenti Afenyo Markins.
If each time institutions try to assert themselves, we turn around to bastardize them, then I'm afraid we're not going to get anywhere. Is it the president who has removed Charlotte Osei? Or it's an institution that has done its work in accord with law and has thus made a recommendation for her exit? The end. We are also concerned about an attempt by certain individuals in government to push for the removal of the Chief Justice. The judiciary should not be seen as part of the partisan political system in our country. All we need is to have an impartial judiciary.
That was Afenyo Markins. Listen. Information I see.
Yo, Mugabe. Mobo say young guy or politics mo on fan no correct enye no hallmark na depio soria no atwantro no kasema enye no correct no o person portray no who as some learned fellow be as somebody who has money be portrays himself as some big guy be, then he's in some class, then he calls a political class. Which class? We don't want a political class of criminals. We want a class of politicians who are determined, who are prepared to sacrifice to see the transformation of this country in our lifetime. Not people who, when they get opportunity, will mess up the state institutions that are gone to head or opportunity to go and govern, and then turn around after stealing from there, call themselves rich men, and come and flaunt themselves over us in this society. When it was 2018, that one, it was the institution, the Electoral Commission, that had decided to shake up itself and remove his head. But in 2025, it is what? It is a president. This one too is an institution that is shaking up and trying to regurgitate what has gone down, which is not good. If you look at how the CJ was appointed, went to the same person, you are Fenomaki, who dragged this woman into partisan politics. When the woman knew clearly that Article 3(9) of your constitution didn't allow Mamle Morrison and co. to remain in parliament, she entertained you at the court. So you were the people who put her into that mud, who drew her into partisan politics. And the way you appointed her, she was not the senior most judge. There were two senior most judges ahead of her. You bypassed all of them without reason, and you went to appoint them. So say Anebeba, the crown first or Obaeno, Sakwan Swan or Benamso, Ediako, Mugabe, cocoa sector. One would Bonnie or Massa Diwoho. No more Mako Kraba Muhia, cocoa pit. Cocoa pit, ya can was semen, and no more nesi cocoa. Nurseries, no more across our cocoa farmers in a planting. Now, you research waha. I University of Ghana for Kita research. I have a copy of the research. I said Pete all we need is the cocoa pod husk and then rice husk here, so that we stop the use of topsoil. Topsoil in the galam say topsoil in the farm. Should the oma kra nyomana begu western region. They don't need a cocoa pit for 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025, and they have not used it even for 2026. Why? They want to collapse the cocoa sector. Now, why I'm talking about the cocoa sector.
And yeah, ECG containers.
There be cocoa board containers. Baby. There's no use for the thing now. And your man no mukraba omu use ye. Bottle crowd. Omo said to ya. Omo crab bottle about 2023, 2024, 2025. Omu ye. Now, almost sakra 2025, 2026 year, Edisika to why could Tuyaka or escrow account 48 million pounds. Usha Boni Omo di cocoa border, and they are the first people to use cocoa as a whip to raise people's sentiments when it comes to politics between NDC and MPP. They be anomaly the Anusi Boni se back cocoa sector. Rather, it is the NDC that supports the cocoa farmer. You see where the chief executive is. Radib Abe. Onam Koko Equiafo. Yes, he will succeed. Mugabe, let's support him to succeed. Yes, the way he has started. He's far away in the western region. And what he's talking about. Yes. Yes, and what he's talking about, Mugabe, it's fair and far. It's fair. There's no foul here. He talks about the farmer. That is the center of JM's policy. that the cocoa farmer is the center. So he's going around to explain to them, say, look, you will get your remuneration at Juma Moyen. We have a 70% peg, and we will not renege on that. So we'll continue. And then we want young people to enter the cocoa. So we'll pay you well. You understand? Yes. And then your health when it comes to cocoa, those of you inside the sector. And then the climatic changes. So it's asking them to form cooperatives to come around and be able so that they assess the opportunities that his office will bring to them to improve the cocoa sector. Until Randabe, wherever you are, Charlie, more grease your elbows in your mika, ose cry, chunuchumo banye, cocoa nuchumo banye, chuwa, what domose, Tetequashi, Ganyo Bini, Ganyo Formobini, no chomame. If you know by Ghana, Ganyo Ekone, do cocoa. Onumishi, any royal Western region, Game Jame, Coffee, Kama Nega, Kama Market, they shouldn't give up. They should continue to grow the crop, and that the NDC will continue to change the fortunes when it comes to cocoa. We are different from the MPP. When it comes, we will not destroy the cocoa board. We will rather improve upon the cocoa board to make the cocoa farmer the center of our thinking and everything we do for them. Bogabi, Ejuma pa, Ejuma ra policy, and Antisa, Ejuma Chale Joma ama Nankasano. He's something else. Oh. Look, he's something else. Look at the criteria. This thing is inclusive, youth-led, not about your level of education. Adiena Webie, what wonderful guy. I believe him too much. Just say everybody should reapply. Yeah, that's what I want the Bank of Ghana to do. Let everybody go home. Let them reapply. What are they doing?
Civil aviation.
Why? Is our currency doing well, Mugabe? Is our currency doing well? We have a policy somewhere that we when it comes to our currency. Mugabe, so it's about the youth. He talks about 10,000 of these youth for 4 years continuous. So we're going to get about 40,000 youth who are going to be entrepreneurs, going to go into business, who are going to benefit from business development, how to grow their business. Mugabe, business, the person who gives you the money is your customer. Most people don't know. So these young men going to business will be educated on how first to manage their customers and then manage the relationship they build with them in order to grow their businesses, and then take feedback from them to be able to expand and do better. I'm telling you, he's talking about finance for these young people and how they'll be able to support their business when it comes to finance. In Kofobe break it ideas, they want to do business. They one thing or the other. But a basic asemwa, this is uko diloto. And now uko nyobiko you are basic and normal be. What I say for crime scene for no. This is uko nyobisa. It's difficult to come by finance, especially with the banks. Collateral down crowd see be that. So these things are good things that will come, that those young ideated men and women who are out there who have some ideas about what to do when it comes to entrepreneurial development will put their skills to work, and the government is going to hold them. Now me no Ameka Mugabe. You see, James he talks about coaching and mentoring. That one craft fascinates me. That say more and more the kind of that. It can form industry, entrepreneurial development, you'll be assigned 1 or 2 to them to go and learn at their feet what it takes. Somebody already does it. EMP, he does it for contractors and for engineers who are new in the construction sector. Every year he opens his door 2 or 3 times for them to come, and then he grooms them and mentors them as to how he has been able to stay in the industry all this year with all the impediments and other things. So I'm sure this Juma Rap program will also have that window of opportunity to let these young men meet. This one, it should be a non-partisan thing, so that businesses that are doing well in all over the country, you understand? Yes, that's what I'm saying. No, I mean this one is for the NDC. And then he talks about technological support and machinery and then equipment. Because I want to go into kernel oil production. They need it for their pharmaceutical, chemical, what do you call it? Cosmetology industry, to do cosmetics and other things. So if I need machinery in order to crash my kernel and get the oil out, and I'm not getting money to be able to buy, that dream of being able to supply this oil to the American market will never materialize. But here James talks about giving me technological support and also supporting me with machinery and equipment. You understand? I'm telling you, Mugabe, it's not only about new businesses, ongoing businesses can also apply. I pray that, like he said, it's not like the other schemes that came without funding. Funding has been provided fully for by the government here in this one, in the 2025 budget. So I urge the youth, I urge the many entrepreneurial, enterprising young people, munko out, na munko bua. na muntumi assessi sikanibi Mugabe. Some of them, when they take the money, they should be guided. They should go into the prisons. I've told you, they should set up correctional enterprises within the prison setup, so that within the prisons, people will acquire skills, people will be able to work. Maybe one city crowd and more marking a day. What do I say? Obetini Sanway Juma at the pump, you have shoemaking, and also you have other things. You can take all those businesses inside there, so that you allow the inmates a trade weaving of hair for export. We can all do those correctional enterprises to help those inside. To be able to Mugabe, the Dow Mampeni John Dramani Mahamasi, and I'm happy the youth are also happy. It's a fulfillment of a campaign promise, a flagship campaign promise, and we all support it.
The funds are available.
Oze,
because somebody can.
But they are two be our budget. When you cobra sem, when you announce sem, a beer at to your pay NAPCO, giddy edim revenue could now after some months.
He is delivering.
He's delivering, and he's assuring the people there's hope and faith in what he does. That's the difference he makes with the other governments. You understand? His word is his deed, and his deed is his bond.
Very well.
Indeed, Mahama is delivering.
May I say, Alessa Nelson, Mamma Coy Excellency, Loyalty Benson, so into honors in the submission.
Thank you very much, Mugabe. In fact, Meniajipa programmer, His Excellency Ako Launcheno. This week in Ankasano, Action Week. This week, today is Ejumara. Echina Obelonchi Mahama Cares. Mahama Cares ye Ghana Medical Trust Fund. Omo chronic diseases, they say kidney problems, liver problems, they would dialysis, no, they can get medical help under the Mahama Cares. And see Ghana for, are you ready for Mahama? He's the action has started early.
120 days
yes. Mugabe, it will share a manifesto anymore. One of the things that these are some of the things that we promised to do in 120 days. Okay. And Papa Mahama was within the bosso. What that's within the bosses so. Oka say 120 days. Obefani ministers under 60. Oka obe yo. Oka obe. And no Mahama no. Enti. Edu nyama oka so obe nyina waye oka so obe scrappy e-levy ni sa betting tax ni sa nyama na eko esisi ano ye promise edumara aba echina obe Mahama Cares ni there for medical assistance for omo chronic diseases ombenya dialysis ni sa nyama no ena third one obe Wednesday National Apprenticeship Program NAP. And ene ni echina no. Or very, very busy. All launching programs for the good of the Ghanaian people. And see, I'm very, very happy that I'm seeing this thing come to life because some of us we campaigned on. And I'm very, very excited about this whole program. Now, the other one say, Ejumara Mugabe, most of the time no. Bohun say nkofobeka say. Gofoka say ejuma eni ho. Everybody is expecting government to be the main employer, and we have seen from past experiences say government budget about 70% of it goes into paying of salary, and no government expenditure very, very high. And see, the way to go is the private sector. If we are able to get people to set up businesses, it will help us. It will reduce the burden on government to provide jobs for people, because all of us cannot go into the government sector, civil servants and our public servants. All of us cannot go there. And if we are able to empower a few of us and empower some people, they in turn will also be able to then employ other people. And when we talk about job creation, most people expect government in a creating jobs, a private, public and private sector initiative. That is what this Ejumara is about. And it is not about maybe creating something like NAPCO a fairly potono. NAPCO was still under government. Every month, government has to find the money to pay. And nobody, they were not paying no more years can over bloated ghost names of salaries and so forth, as we saw in the national service. Yes, as we saw in the national service scheme. What you say? But this one, I think the people are going to be empowered, entrepreneurs, And Oka said they would also have mentorship. And if Ebia, me oba, masua wigi, inti wigi shemi, you know, obine ye mami. Nipa no wesua o nsanu edwuma no, but only sika obe set it up on one business. Inti ukwa edwuma ra beshow. Or say it doesn't matter. Mama say it doesn't matter what your educational background is. In fact, who say we read school, who first degree, and now who masters, and now who JSS certificate. And you be na ye born say or what ya or beko school akodi etire. Enti sebe we SSS dropout, but uko sua edwuma to wo nsan we edwuma. Wow. Ukwa edwuma ra be ma woska, wo to me prove so me wo nsan we edwuma. This is the business I want to set up. Say edwuma na we set up no. Wo be employ nkrofo. Young girls ni Mugabe sisi young girls no woni de omo yeska wo bidding.
Yeah,
bidding. When kente na mba na ye shedi ko wedding no. Me say ye bidding kete ba ko ma wa 4,000 each. Enti eyeska. Enti wow shop na we be bidding shop, we be wig shop. Na wa ko hu edwuma ra NEIP. Wo ko ho.
Say ho
Erica wo ko hu na e be ma o ska. Now we're setting up a business. That was why employ young people almost here help. No muso almost here edumano. That way, no, the over dependence on government, no, it reduces. And see, this is a very good initiative because the youth, no, you see, Amogabi, the youth, no, where there are a lot of young people out there who need jobs. Who need jobs? Exactly. Into this. Yes. I'm just going to call on the youth to ensure, say, they will take advantage of the program. And young people now are more free, you know. Yes, so say this kind of mawa. Na sabi uko wari oba afoforo o nya scantu ebi mu ho mu nya skape uko wari oba afofo aka ne yere ho
no it's a fact. If you work in a bank before, you see the problems of capital when you give out loans and other things to people to go and work with. They decide to go and buy new things, buy new houses and other things. So the money does not go into that cycle of work that will reverberate and then bring in earnings and then profit for others to also benefit and then for you to pay back. So it's a good thing that she's talking about. We must have that attitude to invest the money we take into the work plan that we have designed. Per the plan that we have, the operational design that we have, we must invest the capital in it. It is in that operational design that when the money makes the rounds, they will make profits, will make earnings. What you say, so that
it's like I was saying, you know, it's very, very important. Say, Ujis kana, the Ujis kana, who say na, ubifu fronya, sasikano, who block other people's chances. And see, Ujis kana invest it. As sikana so grow, no, invest it more. Sebita frache, meaning say a lot of people admire Despite. They admire Ibrahim Mama. They admire rich people. But they did not get there in a day. They did not get there in a day. And omunyas kana no mudia. The business will not grow to be profitable.
Despite cassette or better.
You know, the point I'm making is that the president has thought about you, the Ghanaian people. Take advantage of it, work hard, and then make sure, say, whatever money you get from this Ejumara program, no, you invest it well, and whatever profits come, reinvest it and make it grow. Employ other people. Yeah, there's an opportunity name Mao as an entrepreneur, not because and not because you belong to a certain party, but because we want to help some people to be able to bring other people up. It is a way of I would say I wouldn't call it division of labor, but it's a way of holding everybody's hands together and growing together. You know, if you help just one person, it's not going to. We said that this program is going to help about 10,000 business owners. So if 10,000 business owners, every business owner employ 20 to 30 or 100, depending on their businesses now. Do you know the amount of unemployment that is going to cut out of the system, and it's going to empower other people to be able to also be empowered to come for the same thing that they are going to enjoy. And so this is a very, very good program that I'm very proud of. And His Excellency has started on a good footing. The dollar rate, today I've seen that people are are talking about the dollar rate. It has stabilized since we took office. Today was 14 cedis.
Because of good measures, yeah.
Gold measures are put in place. Gold bond, and God willing, we will be able to push it down. It's not because the way I'm not aircon, one show you do 20 cedis. And I'm very happy that things are going well. It's like I've said 120 days promises now you can't see a bayano. Yeah, 1 we will get there. We will make sure that all promises will be fulfilled, and the long term of it is to ensure that Ghanaians as a whole they get like the comfort a comfortable economy. Okay. Yeah.
Very well, Madam. Excellency, Lawyers Zeta live on TV, SYZ, and also on Power 97.9 FM. Your first Dama Medi Moses Clinic and Eba Center. One of the medical capsules said, "Ya beg just so when you be now on Noma, a boy, ye papa, Mamoja Timidin, Peduanum of Frusani, ye blood circulation. Sansu no be a one and take a crabby now on 9 on Side 83 to Sanasiacho. When your medical capsules, Nibi Boba, a bit to me a boy, ye, would to me, do a numato, Copebinum, a bit to me a boy, ye papa. Pharmacy shop, Heba show be a ubibram, ubenya be ato. Medimosis Nasuya was a bra, will be a prostate netted to a mini animal memano, Mufomani and show a sexual weakness, coho, male and female infertility, furniture, hypertension, diabetes, sciatica, typhoid fever, malaria, stroke, any dental problems in an Fakodine Medimosis Clinic and Heba Center. You much acquire our dental barrier or money police station in D and Shenimo. Our AESL building inside the Ghana Highway Authority Yard, our Accra Ministries. A Jacob Yomani School for the Deaf, Nidin Shenimo, and the Kumasa Hinema Kokobein will be home or from 0244 068 447 0244 068 447 or Frena Obejo. So Dr. Frank Naru, Kumasi Miaminia, a broadcast journalist, Dr. Frank Naru, and Wawoda. Happy birthday to you. Sansuna me offer say Angelina also Boshen Yami Adumo China Wawoda. Happy birthday in advance. Emfa Encommon. Ma Joanna Migiri se Bibia Boko birthday no so Bibia Ekoye Yamemo Wade no man Quatenten Enra would you birthday inti Ma Joanna Babia will be a no catch Audrey Chakasi Encomamunina. Safari Valley Eco Resort Alessa Babe Wari Enchi Wa and a honeymoon. Ebekoso what I say on a movie suit papa any saisi to need the lawyer Anderson Boaben British man one also this suit no eba no say nebekwa akoto no Shepherd Bush a shopping center or close to a BBC home studio when nebekwa akoto nti Fabas 148 near Tremusa near ya was ye den ekoho na afi yakopi bibi e de ho near the abrel Alisa Safari Valley Eco Resort no wura wildlife experience ubi fili ho papa odo environment wa weni beji ho yi jata sebo mo amofra monane aba no mo ba mo fomoni enchire ho omunuane no so ye kama local and continental dishes nyina no omo serve bi ho se mo ye family na mokwa swimming pool no mo de na separate oni umma ene wo yire ye be ma mo swimming pool different one kura sa so na ye wo gym esan ewa so ye ho no nti wudware nsuo mu no na wo gym nso eden eka ho omo mpa no so ye kama utesi bi wa wura ma empa no eye dededodo kwen kon we de utumu say yes wo ma ye mpa ni ya wo da so a ene bibia ko smooth what you say be ma wa ware mi ensan wo say wo ko hansa no wako Safari Valley Eco Resort. Into Okwa Abeji 3 rooms. Where first wife the 1, second wife the 2, third wife the 3. I just say Ubugumisa near Konkwa. She Safari Achira Quine Ewodewo in the Eastern Region Okre constituency from 059 69143994 059 69143994 Ofra Safari Ebejo so. Power specialist about hospital Yamami Aduya or the a year in Nupana Abedja so or Boaman for ye papa where your bar fibroid and a teti or a year component so minimum minua bema minua ba to Mikai the power specialist about hospital a year also will no penny baby na techema and answer a year prostate memano sciatic and teti or what you know peno a chon a fatty liver hepatitis A B C D ninano hepatitis A B C D tete mo no mo fa mo ni nkyere maame na so ye Kumase wo fe yi ase continent se eye Putuja kwan no so obosomtwe eye road no so a woni Jazbo Feni station no na edi enhwani mu wodi woni kyere nkra ha ya nso a wo kwa benya poko CCP kwantempo no so saa so na ma mo watakorade modi woni kyere Anaje Estate obe Anaje MA Primary School no fe no na woni maame adu ya ntwetwe nkomo on 0244544422 0244544422 ene ntia eba kyere se eye mampon hene asante mampon hene nana dasebre wato nananom ewo ensiedo nti we eyi news a yede ebre wo se mampon hene tumfo ahemfo nkese no baako sabe wode nani wadane nani akyere ne bonkom so eno so eyi news a yede free asante mampon in Ashanti region ede ebre wo boafo nkrato aka ne mede beba akyere na ye call your next topic na fe ye hwe sema wodo aka so ewo Alisa whatever over to you.
Yo Mugabe, over the weekend me who MPP for no some more call them losing tour and I know say venting tour
ye ti o mo kakra
I call elections then go for 38
but I say mo sama me video no ma
da 38 mo mpe ba bi ntra na mo ba na mo aswondin and how can it go away when you dada you people you are old
see you live here
how can you change this old man Oh, Mugabe. Try me for no. That's why I said that he should have resigned.
This is a man who do.
Mugabe.
All the studies are so far. The big issues are one, cost of living. Niema bo e kosoro ahochiri e bai. The kanu eye adia. Ye friend of arrogance of power. Express yasu na eyeti. Yasu eti ye tie asem. Party for country say ye reshuffle. And yes sir, 8 years yanti. And yes sir. Party for country say, Yampe 11 no ebe hagi. The Tosumiansa Party for country say, haircuts no debt restructure no DDEP. Somewhat in answer. Say, sad debt restructuring no ebe hagi because most of them are pensioners. And Omapenibe announced said there will be no haircut. Semokai. Ghana for in ING. But a buyer no, ye be haircut. We so share a buy ye tuya napco view, na ye tuya afforestation for view, hatred so ye tuya. And also share regions be brave, said the general secretary carrier. Your votes no do on the war no. Ya nye juma bebre wo. Western region said the Okai, Uko Jomora, Uko Evaluatora, Uko Mpohoa. So many places, ya find a problem. Market set in Tibiri, Tabra. Shaban, yes. So the problems, that is just Western region. Oshan. Na MPP na ye kotu aban na nkabono na enuhopa enyesa na ye kasa against each other na NDC ebo ewo radio ewo TV towards the 2-3 weeks to the election. So now, only campaign, but playing our own language back to us.
No one how my videos in the audios. Now the Maya dear, you be born from us. That's ye be jaw. Would you win more pacoda? Nija Kennedy no more better Simono. Now, I'm up for one call for no, a papomon a boy him. Boy, mamma, Alisa,
Yamogabi.
So no.
And a swording. The elephant is a hard-eared animal in the forest. and it is only can only be checked by a wise ant. Into untatiano to me run asumua. Now for the wise study. What do you say?
The elephant and the church fly.
The elephant and the church fly.
Church fly never come.
Yes, we know these people. They are a group of
but they can't change you.
How can they change? One year, Rasuno, Eddie, and a satre, and then a man or Namwa, as a Oninyansa. What I say, as a Jimmy Dada, Sabio. Asuno, as we didn't know what I could find, what I would have to so say, would the other part. We know what Casatra here for. Nana, Asuno, what quiet, no, no, Casano. Oh, quiet before no, Osumano, oh, the lack of unity. They say, Bogabi there for me. Fair, Osuno. Omo Okwayemu, do you know what they do? They migrate every year in search of grass. When they are going in search of grass, they have their leader. You can check. You check the Animal Kingdom. It's always on TV. And that their leader is so revered and so supportive. Yet the supporting in such a way, so Okwa no could do it. On him so oban yon no bepa. Do work trainer time omo ba no work trainer na oye last guard no ono and na ya omo dani omo ho a ono de ombe den. Obeba ebi na pese tu omu no won so wan kokwaye mu ba omi ana de omu kokwaye no mu nti omu pese sa ba krom nti they want to change the person who took them to the bush and bring a new leader nti hu sem ni onu ba omi oda so sen no ho party no ye ka kire o na o ye NDC ni o papa ni onu ni din say ba omi ani din de o ye den Mahamadu nti ni papa emumu ni ba omi no a council of state chairman Rollins 1993 go and check
NDC kwad dey in school.
Yes, they went outside. And then Papa Alankasano, he did a lot of political acrobatics. No Northern People's Party. And no metamorphosis will be joining Kwame Nkrumah because of position. Or say Johnny or no answer any power during the time of Achamponia, then he managed to enter Akufu's government. And he was head of Cocoa Board. Into no Papa, he had a way of scheming to get into government. And way Baumiano, by the time Kufuor came to power, he had been brought in on the pittance of Dufour, yeah, Cobra Dufour didn't buy the papa and Sre Dufour, and no didn't buy no be any manager for policy and BBB. When the MPP came before Bank of Ghana, Kufuor and Co, they didn't have the policy experts, so they convinced him to come to their side, and he ran. And then they said he was an expert, a monetary expert. Who see the currency daho? No paper 4 zeros, 1, 2, 3, 4, without production, without distribution, without gold backing your currency, and you are telling me that you have done what? You have been able to make the currency work to equal the dollar. Look, if you want an effective currency, your production, distribution must be effective. Go to America and go and see, go to Britain. And then must be backed by a certain resource or commodity, which is gold. For instance, here in Ghana. Mugabe, ono no wa fum dada, wa ye no hu fi dada, or the one no tie no mu. Oh, say, in Sionu, we were quiet no more. Elephants now. No more pension. Yes, say, why you fee poto, who baumia, the ben now buy. The money you use for the campaign, where did you get it from? I'm asking you. You think we are fools? Look at you. You set up a company to go and match up ECG, Haptel. Say, on an acro no koso. What do you echo for them? Why never know? When you were leading with disunity, we were telling you the people like Alan, Utia Monasu na Oba party numu. You have to show respect to them. Alan will show respect to Nanado. During that Legon conference, Nanado want to be the leading MPP. There would have been a split again. I'm telling you, there would have been divisive, and that would have been the end of the MPP at that Legon Congress. Somebody had to make a compromise. You stepped on all those people's toes and you thought you were riding high. And look at your team, breaking the 8. Hey, on the first warning, you call balloting now, electoral commissioner na, and soon no. Oh. Sum no o jam framano ye 8 no so be break ye 8 no na dey ko share nde wure japa ni nana no ho John Dramani mama say kita 8 ni mama so mbebu mu hold it for me, I'm coming nti so onu no da first who da first akọ win ni enhwe who da first a win ni enhwe nti won Nyankopon when I saw the John Mama at pick 8 I started rolling in my room, say, hey, what is this one? The victory is in sight clearly because osu obu 8 ni mu. They are destroying the democracy. Democracy now here kakra. Edu obi so na obi di adani amobi no mu be say no. You are talking about disunity. Who caused it? Your wife dressing crown or dressing or bedroom crowd or like I call it a meme. That's how I describe it. Or the yin of way so in your position, she dressing no she every say. You himself be the first lady. Unye ndi da. And na umre aso ya bodo also. He has been wasting the party's time with Nanado. He treat Nanado, Shaoma Mifonibi, that I know economics, I understand economics so much. I've been able to reduce the 4 zeros. If you give me the opportunity to be vice president, the way I'll manage the economy for you, you cry, you go and sleep.
He failed.
Yeah, Nanado didn't understand economics. You know, Nanado got a 3rd class when he attempted to do economics at the University of Ghana for a 1st degree. So he has very little understanding for economics. And the person he brought close, which is Osafo Mafo, is also a fake guy when it comes to economics. He has very least understanding for economics. So Millennium Challenge account, yeah, they share in Sa. And Akufo Jessica 4.8 million pounds. Only one consultant to Poku. Almost Visicano. They almost Visicano. Kufo to me, I almost say. The Macmillan Books don't sell, he went to sell. It is such a guy, has no principles. You bring him as senior minister to come and help you with the economy. Then you bring Baumia, no far Baumia by. You understand? So Baumia was a stooge in his own government. You are talking about E-levy. You are vice president, head of economic management. You should have resigned on that same day. Don't come and tell me any another story. You should have resigned. If the party people didn't want it, and you as an economist, as you believe in yourself, you should have told the president, Mr. President, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to get to this extent. I'll not come along with your E-levy. You can pass it and look for a new vice president. That will be more authoritative. That's why you can make a stake for the claim as you want to make now. That's why you took the decisions on behalf of the citizens. You are talking about haircut. So Grace Jones haircut or Muyi Nkrofo. Only Grace Jones haircut. Yes, so I don't know me having to be fat blade. Oh, anyway, he said me unity. It be you never go shy show, but Charlie, I did that to Tomu. I mean, I don't know why I know. Or to tell me, I share come. Look at this man. How he has invested his time and property into the pharmaceutical industry and made off returns. Then you go and give a haircut, and the Kama is not part of us because of that bad decision that Nado Dankwa took. And you, Baumia, are saying what? Yes, sir. You should have resigned. When the debt exchange came, you should have told Mr. President, thank you for the opportunity to serve you. Along, the people, the pensioners, people who have worked hard and used their money to secure these bonds, I would not come along. Me papa tia sanko kaun, oti ase, inti me Baumia, I would not come along. Then you resign. Who didn't have to buy a CNT Omoka? Why are you telling me all these stories at this time? And you still want to lead the party? They will not allow you. You do not allow you. Sika okonya en nombeji. Oti ase, ombeji connection money we en nombe, ya fi nombe bo no maji. If we say open fight. This one is an open fight. You cannot call for unity. All the party executives don't lose their position. Watch my words. Don't lose their position. Don't lose. He'll be the first person, that JFK guy. Then you have the in team. Onudo bodo crowd. He said Bayire ya no asan wo. I sending suegum or mete. No. They will all lose their position. You see how the party will clear them. I'm telling you. But you see, that's what I told you. This is what will happen to you. And don't change. They still carry the arrogance of power. They still think that they are in power. Yes, they created a crime scene when they were in power. Look at what they did with our economy. Bukabi, go everywhere. Go everywhere. Go to Ghana Water. Go and see the remnants, what they left there. I'm saying go to Electricity Company of Ghana. Go and see. Go to the Ghana Cocoa Board. Go and see what they left there. If it was not for the coming of the Precious Minerals Marketing Board being metamorphosed into the Gold Board, go and see what they were doing with the gold sector. That is why you have the likes of Kojo Ponkruma criticizing the Gold Board. Allegedly, Nigeria eton galamseyed gold eco South Africa ecoton. She's engaged in gold trading. Okay. Yes, allegedly. So that's why the husband is up in arms against the Gold Board. We will establish it, and Sami Jemfi will remain chief executive officer for the Gold Board to succeed. We have a mission as a political party. We are focused. Look at John Mohammed's program. Tomorrow you are talking about the Medical Trust Fund. Then you are talking about a national apprenticeship party for Mbebunu Amuwo Ghana. Ejumera. Wene Bamamu. Ya might be ministers. Ya might be appointments. Musumu dieni. Mudia musumu befamu ntuma pafra na musu mwako foot soldiers, grassroots for branch secretaries, teaming youth of the party who have an idea to do business. Once you see a party executive, consult them and go to NEP, go and take your position, go to the national apprenticeship program, and then go and acquire some skill. Musumu dieni, go and take your share. Medical Trust Fund, Embra. Jomama dear not doing so dodo. Itibogabi. Let the lamentations continue. As for me, I will not be part. Dabe. So it will be depending on any BCIA and Yoma. What do I say? We can push them away further if we are able to tackle 2028 in grand style. You understand? Yes, we have to tackle 2028. Memo Biambe yese me bepe power CCI because Mahama has 4 years. Let's all support Mahama to end this term and end it well. Leaders will emerge from that process, and that leaders that will emerge from that process, we will guide them and as one party. Remember divisions. Me this time, I will not support anybody. I'll support the party. I want the NDC to win 2028. In the NDC, when they agree on who they are bringing, I'll use my full energy to support that person. But I will not be going to that little divisions as to who wants to lead. No, I will not be part of it. Mugabe, yes, I saw it myself in the past. Now I've learned my lesson. I know where I am. I'm with John Dramani Mahama and Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyemang. They are the people in power, and we must support them to come and help us. And Mugabe, they kumi crying about me. I can't me go free and cry and say, "Oh, I also have a general Canada Japan. Oh, kita doing bani say obetuno. Who no asuma ayi abo papun so nko yi no. Abo papun baby o na se no na na we board chairman. Nti dem ye wo nyina no. Ghana gas. Yeah, Ghana gas. Mugabe me ade ba ko bi wo ha ya me ya. Martin Sembi, but me Papa John Jinapono. Me sure say me bona mania obe find out. I hear Ben Asante is at the Ministry of Energy. Ben Asante now or Ghana gas no. Or ye then we are no akose Ministry of Energy. So we ho ampa. Or ye then. What technical knowledge does he have? Do you know what he did at Ghana Gas? They were carrying money in bags every day, allegedly, to go and give to Nanado and go and give to what do you call it, Baumia. Kennedy was fighting them. Kennedy nini kuntokwa pupo. Me, I went there. I was invited there to go and see the fight that day. In Tokwa see pupo. Why? What is it? That's how Papu go and see the dirty things they have done at Ghana Gas. Mugabe, these people, it was a crime scene they came to establish. Oh, they told you property owning, but they do bekono. Konya we japade nyine free ho. Bo mine from mine uniform trinity. Obi antumi bisao. And them not be funtum ya huni ya mantam ya hu obi antumi question. And that's what they want to do. Mugabe, me I know that what is happening. The ebano. Look at what is happening at the judiciary already. The senior most judge who is acting has told you so many things are going to happen in the judiciary sector. Quickly. Yes, he has been there since 2008. All the mess there, he knows it. You understand? So he's ready to get it out. His first action, simple. It tells me so many things. So me, Mugabe, I'm happy for the reset. I'm happy for John Dramani Mahama. But like I said, why? You know why?
Mugabe, in fact, meno Baumia ya na nuya miwawa kakra. During the campaign, Mika say Baumia is part of the problem. I kept saying it. If you watched most of my campaign videos, whenever I had opportunity, I would tell Ghanaians that Baumia was part of the problem. And yen to me in co-election we na Baumia enya 38%. Now on try say no nim who be. In fact, sana Dina Edima Baumia a friend Baulayano. He's living up to that name because I feel say Baumia Esuanya Sakakra from the defeat, Obeja intro Eddie. But it looks like Baumia is still on a lying spree. Yeah. Look, what is Baumia talking about? Baumia say then there was no unity. Who caused the disunity in MPP?
You were the leader.
He was the main cause of disunity. Yeah. Why did the disunity come about? Because it was Alan's turn to go. Yes. But Baumia was the preferred candidate. Into ano yedemano. See yedemano na enede. Yedemano na ye Jeffrey Alan semna na ye Alan yano. Now no fool say he was a special child. Yedemano preferred child, preferred candidate. The boss handing over baton to him. Anka yempo enye say yeni na ye dance NDC party po anka. Nanado ekachere and say he would only give the baton to someone that he handed over to. But ye na ye njeja ye ho. Enti ye de ma ye tamana ye wo Alan Triso. Ye won koto. Ye wo Alan koto. Ye je ade na free Alan semno. Na any day. Did he think about the disunity? He didn't think about it.
He levy mfonye no nto sumami. Na we don't know kasa.
He didn't think about it.
Omokati ye levy no. Enye kenya. No, wano hane to.
O Samira ni yere.
Na de na no ye. Nanado hobi.
Eno ani.
Nye ye levy kenya.
Nanado ni hobi.
Meba onye ye levy kenya.
Eno mensa bosu ni ade.
Eno hwan.
Ade ni squad we.
They were celebrating.
Minister for Trade, Deputy Minister for Trade. Chairman Sabonsu.
Baumia nyina hobi.
Hobi.
And he's talking about ye levy today. Yeah, I know.
They want to enjoy the cake. Now they are running away.
So back to my topic. Now I'm coming to e-levy right now. It's good you brought e-levy. E-levy, no, let me tell you how cabinet works. These things do not. You have been there before. These things do not get passed by chance. Say the bill neba, a beba cabinet. Not cabinet. I go through. You go through where they are called parliament. The called parliament where it comes back to the executive for approval. Bawumia sits in cabinet. Bawumia cannot tell us, say, he was not a party of a party to the person of e-levy. As you see, our person whitewashing no, a castle no nka na that omaso ding e-levy ka ho. Tamana mo pass e-levy no. I recall, say, parliament, a minority in parliament, even they went on protest.
Yeah.
Said they would
minority at the time was
yes, and NDC minority protested and said they were not going to be a part of it. You, Bawumia, at what point did you realize, say, e-levy was not good for the good of the people, for you to even speak up against? You were not man enough. Anka, if you had won the election, would you have come out to say that e-levy was not good for the people of Ghana? No, you wouldn't have done that. But election now no. See, all of a sudden you realize that e-levy was bad for the people of Ghana. Too late. We promised the people of Ghana that we know you are suffering. We are going to repeal e-levy, and we have done it. Inti masa, who's see yasu? The another one, arrogance of power.
Yeah.
Arrogance of power. When we were suffering, Bawumia, when we were suffering and we were crying and we were telling you, petrol is 80 cedis. Taxi drivers were unable to fill their tanks. People had to park their cars. I know people who had their own vehicles who had to park and were now taking Uber. You kept quiet. You didn't say anything. When your people, when you were even, some people were accused of taking gate fee of $20,000 before they could see people, business people could see politicians at the Flagstaff House, Jubilee House. What did you do about it? When your people would come on air and insult us and tell us, say, yay, who are we to even talk against e-levy? Who are we to talk against COVID tax? Who are we? What did you do about it? You were laughing. You were laughing like a jacka.
You was laughing like what?
A jacka.
Interesting to hear. And how do jackals laugh?
That's how Bawumia was laughing. You go like, don't forget the head shaking.
Yes. That's the moment of Otale.
And yes, sir.
And yes, sir. Can you see it?
It's in Yamana who Bawumia waba walking kind. And no one losing you. And no, they are undisputed. And I also then we didn't have a message. And see, nyamo omo kai no pon sheme bufuo no. And no pon sheme bufuo no.
But what was their message?
Hold on. Hey, what do you think that Ghanaian people voted? Ghanaians voted for our message of a repeal of e-levy, betting tax. Yeah. Ghanaians voted for we bringing a Jumapa, which we have learned today. Ghanaians voted for reduction of ministers from 125 in your government, Bawumia, to 60 ministers under John Mahama.
56.
We are 56.
Yeah.
So when you say, Bawumia, that we did not have a message and we only replaying what you said, then you are still a liar. You have not changed. Your name still stands as Bawulaya because we did have a message. We sold our message. Ghanaians bought into our message. Yes. Let me tell you, the ones that we replayed your lies when you were campaigning in 2016 and 2020 that you were going to do one district, one factory, which you failed. You were going to give one constituency 1 million, which you failed. You were going to do one constituency, one dam, which you failed. You were going to provide jobs, which you failed. When you were posting that dollar at 4 cedis was too high and you brought 170 questions and that you were the best messiah to solve our economic problems. Those were the ones we replayed. Your words that you used in 2016 to lie, in 2020 to lie, we replayed it so that people will know what a liar you are, how you do not keep your words. But yes, we did have a message and Ghanaians bought into our message. And let me tell you, you got 38%, we got 57%.
Indeed.
I'm not done. I'm not done.
When they were playing the Sisifia,
I'm not done.
Tell them.
Yes, I'll tell you
And
all.
when he went to pick his vice presidential candidate.
I'll tell you all.
Bring somebody sensible.
I will tell you why you lost, Bawumia. I'm telling you why you lost. You lost because you turned your campaign into a Sisifia dancing competition. All of you.
Sisi what?
Sisifia dancing competition.
More fire.
Sisifia dancing competition.
You were enjoying the concert, and let me tell you, there were NDC people who were coming to enjoy
the dance
concert.
floor with you.
Yes,
I wish you could play one of his campaign this thing, Charlie. Hey.
When all your MPs, your parliamentary candidates and MPs were dancing on the stage, you had no message. When your chairman, even including Justin Kodria, were dancing on the stage, you had no message.
Ashanti
You
Rita
thought
chairman,
in your brain, you thought that with entertaining the people with dancing would make them forget your lies, make them forget the hardships that you have put them through. You forgot that people were suffering. People were, look, electricity was a problem. We could not buy power. We could not buy, there's no water. You were destroying our water supply with Galamsey, that Ghana Water Company could not provide water. And you were busy, Baumia. You were busy dancing. Wontumi was dancing. Regional chairman were dancing. National chairman were dancing. General secretary dancing. Dancing competition. Sisifia. Was Sisifia Nibi. Was Sisifia. That's what you were doing.
Who could dance to the tune, Pa? Napo? You didn't see him remove his cap.
He was
singing his cap. He was bringing results. You understand? He was bringing the results.
If MPP has to get an award, has to win something in this 2024 election that we went to, personally, I would award them for the best dancing competition. Because that's what they on their campaign tree. They won. They beat
everybody.
They beat everybody. They won.
At one time, when we were going to Kumasi, then Baumia was leading, and they were drumming from the Muslim group. They were drumming, and then Baumia was leading, as if he was being followed by Nanabi. And they were going to say, "This one, which campaign message is this?"
There's another one. There's another one that he was on top of a pickup truck. He was standing on it, and his bodyguards had held him like that.
So that he does not follow.
He was shaking his head. Dancing offbeat. Dancing offbeat.
Mugabe, don't you have the video where he was dancing at one of them?
Trying to find it.
Oh, it would be nice so that people will see that he danced his way out of power. That's all. It's as simple as that.
So my dearest Baumia, my dear, you see, and what he's doing, unfortunately, the man who handpicked him, who is Nanado, he's now blaming Nanado for Nanado's policies. Baumia even said that there was a point in time where they increased fuel prices that he as vice president did not know about. Then it means that you have no business at all being part of that government. And even if you did not know about it, Baumia, did you have cotton in your ears? Did you not hear Ghanaians saying that petrol was too high and we were suffering and dying and we could not afford it? So if you don't see, don't you hear? Don't you have people close by you who will tell you that, hey boss, I'm not paying, yeah, two petrol more. People are crying. Trotro people are crying. Taxi drivers are crying. Private car owners are crying. So if you did not know, did you not hear? I hate people who refuse to take responsibility for whatever they do. As a leader,
I could be the message here. But Mugabe, have you forgotten that Baumia attended the birthday of Honorable Chairman Sam Bonsu?
Yes, that's what we show.
Where the birthday cake was branded with e-levy.
Electronic
so
levy.
Their campaign message was Sisifian.
Yes.
Why the NDC was campaigning with serious messages.
So what I'm saying is that I hate leaders who do not take responsibility for their action. As a leader, the buck stops with you. The buck stops with you. And if you, even after your disgraceful 38%, you still cannot take responsibility and say that, look, we did not run this campaign well, we did not address issues well, and you are still blaming your boss, of which you were a part of, and saying that we arrogance of, yes, all the things you listed Baumia led to your downfall. Yes, it did. But you cannot extricate yourself from it. You are part of it. You were a part of it, and you are still. Look, when we mention how Nanado's government failed, you Bawumia, your name will be number 2.
Critical part of
your
it.
name will be number 2. We are not going to take you out of it. So you can't come with lies.
Management committee. We have rejected Nanado. We have rejected you forever, like we have rejected Nanado forever.
We have seen through your lies. You cannot continue to lie, Maumia.
She resigned from politics.
I'm sorry.
Go back to the classroom.
Go back and go and practice the dance moves, because next one maybe I'll be in a dancing competition with you. Go and do the Sisifia well, not off beats, but listen to me, not off beats.
Oh, Charlie, I trouble Jopo.
Yeah, let me just say, some videos na you hani na ne hawom. You cook Kumasi.
Yes.
Videos
yes, we are hitting on their soft part.
3 weeks to election.
Yes, they played their own tapes against them. Who said it? Was it me who put the words in their throat? It came from almost the Akumapa and the Adjumpa the can is hard time no. Into Yesunia Akumapa ni Adjumpa and the brought here population said these are the people that you are dealing with, and they decided otherwise. Mugabe, maybe be anya mi yasa onu naponu. Or Kwakofara animate no, and Okofa.
Was your Matu 2020?
Baobia Okofara animate no, Dinapo a buy. Oh, this guy no veterinary officer crowd freely went to me. Original Kwame Nkrumah school more Kwame Nkrumah BA Akobi. The Kumasi Technical Institute, what you see as news today, was a Kumasi Technical Institute. Kwame Nkrumah Sumar carpenter for Mason Symphony at Russia. Go and learn to put up the University of Science and Technology as you see it where it is now. What you say? It's quite common to see dentistry school now only because and now be there we no when ya no be here quality or no the tone of the starting and was an arrogant one, and they showed you that they were going to lose. And then or co-education, it didn't open up, which was Napo or buy energy. So that kind of leadership, people didn't want you to come and head economic planning, even your own party people. The way you mistreated headmasters and other things, people managing directors in the oil sector, the way you treated them, people saw your action. And your arrogance that you exhibited when you were MP in your last days, it gave people the heads up that, hey, my friend, Akwawe, mama mo MP anu nko bebi okono. Ena no person wianu hu be share or Kufo sister ba ena ni ba no incident. Incident Kufo na kasa ye hwehwe because of Act 703. Ye hwehwe ni ebisa no question. Now who did the ba be president? Inti Mugabe omo they set themselves up. They decided to divide themselves. There was a succession line. The MPP didn't have the succession line of the NDC. NDC no se party ne kwa. It is the vice president that takes over. You can go and check the history. When Professor JJ was going, Professor Mills took over. Whether he was sick or he was not well, he took over. Then the same thing when Professor Mills was there, Mahama took over. So it has become a succession. If Park say Misata will be there, like by now he'll be vice president. Only on Nana we had a succession plan there to Jay Kufosu no trasa said you didn't buy no didn't beko. Into ni Ali Mahama ne buy or didn't. So why did you Nanado bring Baumia instead of taking him away to keep your party intact, so that your party will go to Congress and elect somebody that will come and lead the elephant despite the mistake you had done in power? You decided to make him your baby, and then you brought him to come and lead the party.
But one thing I'll add is, if you recall, after their presidential Congress, you remember what happened? All the people who campaigned or voted against Baumia, they were all sacked. All the DCs.
Yeah.
All the DCs, that very next day, there was a list of about 119 people who were fired because they refused to toe the line of Nanado.
So they showed their own sense of disunity.
So the disunity was caused because of you, Baumia. Yeah. It was that one. There's no two ways about where he was a beneficiary of the people who were sacked, so that he could become president. At the time, he was happy because he was the beneficiary. But now that he's realized that those things did not augur well for him, so those things that they did didn't work well for him.
Before, politics, such as rich, please. Mugabe, why are you bringing him? You and Dubois lost by 30-something% in the 90s. Jay Kufo argued that they shouldn't bring him back, and he decided to stand in instead. They shouldn't allow him again. They shouldn't bring him again.
Alista, let's continue the dancing competition.
No, don't bring it. We are waiting for him. No, it does not make Debbie. It does not give us a match as to what you do. Debbie, Mugabe, I said, why am I
team now lead by training and 5 minutes. I may have the other side in the body could almost Ofunu.
Ofunu numra. Mugabe penimbre.
Easy.
Mugabe somebody who superintended.
When the Baumia, NDC ticket near the Baumia NPP ticket,
I'll beat him because look, he was part of he superintended the crime scene. He's not talking about Kenofurata. He worked with Kenofurata. Kenofurata absconded. Yes, we want him to come and answer. He was part of it. How do you use, instead of 9 million, use 25 million to rather collapse instead of using 9 million to resuscitate banks that were owned by Ghanaians? Today, where are those licenses? If you send your CBG, I wonder who is the managing director there. Who has been sent the Mugabe? They should let everybody reapply CBG. Murefi, Kenofurata nini fie fuone kogu CBG. Whoever is managing director must ask everybody to go home and reapply Mugabe. Some of these things I don't understand. But me and Yemiya, they should continue to lament. As for lamentations, it's for those who think that they have the opportunity to come and lie to people. So they have ganged up. You won't be surprised. Look at the kind of people they have put up.
Okay, Matilda Asante.
It didn't ring a bell.
No, news file, no. Joy.
Oh, okay.
I
think I remember.
She's now the deputy governor of the Bank of Ghana.
Wow. Yeah, I think I've seen it. Yeah, she's been appointed. Yeah. Congratulations, Matilda.
She's a very nice
person. Mugabe, but this one tells a story of arrogance of power. When Baumia tells us that they were arrogant when they were in power. These are the rudiments that we must learn from. As an NDC going into power, we must learn, you see, the mistakes. Now he's lamenting, he's out. When he was in, if you talk to him, hard-eared elephant, he won't listen. Some of you have used the umbrella to cover your faces now that you have been given appointment. I beg you, don't let us be arrogant. Yeah. Me say, I have to walk home. Sometimes you meet people on the streets and they even feel like attacking you. No. I'm saying that let the people who asked us to come to power be satisfied by every action that we do. Population to say Jumara, to say apprenticeship program, to say grassroots. Yes, the party people must announce it at the various and then support people. You understand, to be able to assess these things so that they also become part of the process and part of the beneficiary.
At the last rally at the university stadium, Baumia said, as for winning, he knows he will win.
But the gap.
He wants gap.
But we gave him the gap.
And we gave him the gap. He asked for gap, and Ghanaians gave him the gap.
Yeah, that's the letter. Madame Mrs. Asante Siedu.
Matilda Asante, I'm so happy for you.
Yeah.
It's a very sister.
Some of the appointments in Yekwa, when they come, you can go back and go and do your investigations.
Fantastic.
JM is doing well and very critical with the appointments.
Very.
He will do it. I've seen that he was working at a certain pace. You understand? And the man, he does not sleep. There's pressure on him and other things. So, Charlie, let us support him.
Bro, good evening. I just joined your program. Excellent discussion. I want to tell Mr. President that I want to be at his house as security without salary. Wow, Abdul Mumin.
President,
Musa Abato Adiwe Free Kumase Asamwase. It is Baumia, who was a central figure in the NPP's leadership as head of the economic management team with direct influence over major policies to blame people, rescued himself. It is therefore dishonest for him to now shift blame for the party's humiliating defeat onto Akufo-Addo. Canada, Japan, and others. They were aware of the challenges facing the country, but still on ground blaming COVID-19 and Russia-Ukraine war. Musa Abatwa, thank you very much for that message.
Mugabe, why wouldn't they lose? Mugabe, yen kan ye galam say one sem ni dey go board.
I mean, and I'm home raka. Victory Garlic Mesa ye dupa abedwa so Dr. Mwakon wunye bi na oboba eja wate Victory Garlic ni wom wunye bi na oboba ebuwa ni pedua ni ye papa ma boost immune system no e ma ni pedua no gina anaso brane bema de wonante a wose wonante te satan kolega biga the capacity man kakra bia no waye mre kakra da bi mimi gina me naso 24/7 wose woye me semia ubenya sa ahoden na wose wonya victory garlic misani bi na abobo bona no pane anwumre wotumi adidi yie obi e wanya ulcer na wo ulcer no obenum victory garlic misani make sure say wadidi amaduane no waboni yie pa ansa no anom onuma wini problem bia we opemfo amesro menom wanya mfiedu nsia 16 years and above obetimi anom victory garlic misani bi emanom ena memanom oba okonfichira no ya se bodwedwe wonya bi noma eboa yie papa sanso no bi ontumi ni die wonum ato broni beka se loss of appetite wonya victory garlic misani bi na wonuma eboa ni peduane yie papa wone osu aminua eye Eric enua no onom Eric enua yenua Thomas no already good enua victory no Thomas Enfeni agro onum ye papa wodi wani kire pharmacy shop bia na say heba shop bia obenya bi ato wodi wani kire o cancer drug lane so a ho ken so ene o mama kanyina tina testimony o mama ka obenya ni nyina bi ato ho for 0242545633 0242545633 0201293280 es natural mineral water insu naba mo ba be da mo sankan ye no mo tutu mirika emra insu naba bebre es no mo mutu aton moto ba ko supermarket awodo no owura mo osu a oboshi shop bebre egu oba SYZ anso a do supu obenya bi ato be hu asore ba menua Robert obehuna obenya dudu ni bia to ewa ha saa so na betimi afre 0596273546 ofra Clifford mo beje wo so na wanya dudu atu aton na wo so onya bi edi ahwe mofa no ewofie Hebron Hills International School ewo Media of the Home Road admission ekoso mama kwan admission ekoso gidi oba no wawo ne nge bosome miensa kwesi mfienum Montessori tete ne de bema no learning materials nyina if United Kingdom ababedu for abanoko lower and upper primary we do we say yes bibia de na kwam enchena JSS nsuno GHS for no so September na admission ego so mo building ejina so gidi ya chese Hebron Hills International School from September this year ombesate GHS admission tutumrika ko na we de obako ho a wonu ho dane dachi ebesini nyuma ko nyina dawro maka ho techire ene educhumedie ebro TVS YZ and a power 97.9 from of fire je subire so wata homenua phobia ene ni munyina ho brasidu ni honorable Inusa assembly member wo subire so honorable Inusa champion assembly member akope ene menua ne makomo ene kodwa free mu munyina mota ho a mutie dendenden ewo subire so mechacha munyina mo amowo media so mutie ye chacha munyina daddy washing be no baya monkoso a enhwe ye sanso na union member moton aburo wo media nyina obi afidie da ha ya wotie inside politics jumedie nemom couple so abiatum on Nkrumah flat and I will call Asare joint e Kingsbury runabout Sunday editu ya biatum ho oba pa adwo anso abiatum enye chese ne kwasi ada rerem kwan no ofeni agorokura hwa ne nyina ye kagum edu kwasi ada oba pa adwo wa bie atumoni ne wura Asare a wotimi se be bia ye den ewu ene awie ya obi a 8 adwumedie ya ma me ma afosi na Nelson so oti TV ho dendende nyame asomdwen kan wanya okese ma ho den ene nkwatenten bibia wo bia nyame nhyirawo well saka few minutes menim se betimi afa ada topic na Alisa
quickly grab it the Galamsey new issues now about no
can do 5 minutes
yes Uche Act 1140 now and the gold board nearby you should see that is a reorganization of that sector with other alongside with other commodities which are precious metals and it will sanitize the market in such a way say about marketing of those resources now we Ghana will have a first line control which we lack all these years into gold now yetunu ye baby free ye baby too free ye too swa there's no data baby aye cotton the country loses a lot of revenue and loses a lot of earnings and other things. And we're coming with a gold board no, is to rationalize all the action in the gold sector. Those who have licenses will have to come back and renew their licenses. Some of them who are doing other things in the gold sector, those into bullions, those into assaying, and other things that are in the gold sector. Everybody will have to come into a new license regime that will allow them to work. So ebema ye nyina ye hu baby galamsey no ye den efri ba the galamsey gold. We are now going to see it. And the Indian phone so capture your gold market now to gold, they'll be eliminated by the coming of the gold board. That one alone will allow the indigenous Ghanaian people to take over the gold market and to put money in our pockets and put food on our table. So let's use the gold board to restore that regime that allow the indigenous Ghanaians. Now, if the gold, no refinery, fabrications, no maintenance, let's give many more people licenses here to be able to do those things. Now, have market for the gold. If we do that and turn our attention to this sector, I'm telling you, we know, yes, we know where the information is coming from. Yeah, they are working. And you will be demonstration. There will be demonstration. The minister is working. Yeah, he's working. He's on board. And Mugabe and America say, all Galamsey lands, baby assassinate da. Galamsey. Somebody has the information. And the information is coming from the Minerals Commission. So how do they give it out? You understand? We must find a way to involve the communities that those minerals occur and make them part of the process. Is it not better to make them part and direct beneficiaries than to allow them to connive with Chinese people and galamseyers to go and destroy the environment and give peanuts to them and take the money away and run away without accounting to it, without paying tax, and then even destroying the environment that they have left them and giving them those peanuts? So it is always better to involve the communities. And I told you, the Blue Water thing, the initiative is a good one. It involves the communities where those mineral resources are. I'm also happy that we're going to repeal the law at 2462 that has allowed people to go into a mining in our forests and our water bodies and destroying everything. Akunta mining, for instance, it should not be left where it is. Yes, the International Financial Intelligence Center, freezing the access. Old ice block, Dada Nibi. And I could do chumba for the betu akuntaba. Ah, no, pa. No, abi, no chiri kwasem sabi o tiradie muasem won eni so. Ah, yes. And obunu ofifie o kwapemi ofifie omubu omu ni maame ni papa, they are decent. Oti dem kan ase. Eti Mugabe obedi unjuma who to be dem say. Odo obe hu na biye. Eti Mugabe, they should continue. I support them. I support the gold board. Enya Samijemfi. And then we are no free how call no. Yen Taumachi, yes, Yen Taumachi to support Act 1140. If you're a young man and you want to understand the Galamsey issues and the reasons for the gold board, go and just get the act and read and understand and flow alongside when Samijemfi is flowing and support the minister for environment and my own friend Delay them. They are all working to make sure that we see the end to Galamsey in our society.
Yeah, Galamsey Mugabe. Galamsey no ahu. Enye adia a one day fight because a menace affected the whole of the country. It's happening. I think the only region is not happening is Accra and the Volta region, but it's happening in the western region. It's happening in eastern. It's happening. I think in some parts of the northern region. It's happening there.
In Savannah.
In the Savannah region, in the northern sector. And see, personally, I think the position we have taken, where we are putting in place structures to fight it, because you cannot fight the Galamsey. On the surface, you can see that, I'm taking in military to go and fight Galamsey. But the structures that we are also, and the laws that we are also putting in place is very, very important. And that's where the gold board comes in. And see, right now, the gold board regulates all sales of gold, which is very, very good. Into to mean go to gold. Now, small girl out to say they now, I think that when we came into power or the night before we came, some van was arrested na omu babeye omu wia gold edi akọ amanoni. Enti for me if you are caught with that, it means that you are smuggling gold. It means you are breaking the law. So these structures that we are putting in place, the laws that we are passing to protect our natural resources is very, very important in the long run to fight Galamsey. And then we also have the Ministry of Forestry, Ministry of Defense, Ministry of Interior, coming together as a team to fight this menace. And so I would personally tell Ghanaians that we are working on it. We have started the process. They should trust the process. They should ignore the noise. They should believe in His Excellency John Mahama and know that Edanakuma so say osi obe jai galamsey. We even promise say insiona omwa say no. We will try and restore them. All that is in the pipeline now. Yeah. And it is going to happen. Meaning say ene sa papa na or tisa ni station bi hono oketechi say or yet galamsey stop galamsey. I mean in 3 months of the party being in power no, you think that you have all of a sudden gained the right to go on the streets to go and talk about stop galamsey when in 8 years you refused to even open your mouth to say stop galamsey. But in 3 months, you think you can organize people to go on the streets.
You know, it's a paid demonstration.
Ghanaians, you hold on, I'm not even done. Ghanaians are not as gullible and foolish as he thinks. He demonstration. He thinks that he's going to disrupt business of government by going on the streets. But Ghanaians know said this problem wasn't caused by us. Ghanaians know that it was government officials of MPP. It was government officials of MPP like Wontumi and Co. who engaged in water bodies to the extent, engaged in galamsey to the extent that we got to where we were. So Ghanaians are not going to follow you and say, okay, take your original brass sport into me, na makuma. Alista, ona demonstration. It is orphan demonstration na mobo say. Hey, demonstration na mobo nipa in California, the bodyguards on your mukoye no munkwa no mu lead demonstration. No ma say as a mafia or was a black. Demonstration near Mobapa. You see, Ghanaians are not foolish. They know who caused the problem. They know who is about to solve the problem. And so the support of Ghanaians in this instance is fully behind their 58% president, because they know that 38% were the ones who caused the problem of galamsey.
Honorable Richard John Mensah, MP for Gomwa West and Deputy Minister, Energy and Green Transition. So I enjoy showing here, Papa. Honorable, may you say,
Ministry of Rain.
Energy and
that's my senior. That's John Jinapo's ministry.
Yes,
John Mugabe.
MP for Gomwa West.
Honorable John Jinapo Michiao. Baby, I will be. I know you are working hard.
Containers almost 7 hours a yard.
Yeah, be fair. Odi Ujuma. Now, pa. Odi who can say? Enti omungu me my spell be. We shouldn't. We see we met a crime scene. Mugabe, I'm telling you. Do you know what will happen? Do you know why the people are running to go and save the CJ? Because you see, they knew they had committed a lot of things. So yes, they brought in the CJ to come and protect them, and then their shield has been removed.
For all
cases, recent cases, yes, to be brought to him. Was assistant judicial secretary in so and Uber resigning now. Why some appointed deputy need to take up as in some the judicial sector itself cannot raise money for its own programs. How should it happen like that? I'm finding for court in a day. Let's find a way. Look. We can make the courts a better system. He has been there for 17 years. 2008. Yes, he has been there for 17 years. So he has the experience of the place to head the place. But J. Kufuor, when J. Kufuor was leaving,
not Rawlings,
not Mills, not Mahama. J. Kufuor, because of his judgments, what he had written at the High Court and at the Appeals Court, if you read him, you see that he didn't buy when he was sworn in. Look for the videos. Young Afabo at the time, 51. And if you see, you will love him that he has been put at the Supreme Court. He has demonstrated, yes, 68 now. He has demonstrated his temerity, his understanding, patience. And he has learned the rudiments to be at the Supreme Court. So at this time, why? Acting. I saw the Otonebo prisons. She said, "No, Mudi ne prisons." Of course, Sudan or by no will be a share number 2. I saw no year number 2. Nipa ni kwe huna no salitunu. Until that Jamasi or the Najuma man and I make her say, "O me to me do any by do so say." Mausi. Fire service. Jumana doing sa. And Samuel Amadou Basin Tale immigration service. And also here Juma and achieve you no. Your Mugabe police for no. Omo unsem eba minsem na nsem mi hu nyoma bia nya me fe me ka first light kon na mu ho loop more omo jina cars omo jisika omo ho ukọ Kanesi station ho a uwe taxis no police ni bi jina ho or jisika omo ho and America no me omo ya I'll take their names and go to the police headquarters and go and report them and yes I need can say you no mra na mo be ya
say okọ Kwabenya Taifa Kwabenya district wa yeah omo commander o ne friend superintendent Dompre ni 2IC at the ASP Akomapa na akọ se mrante no omo ye adwuma omo nam no omo ye adwuma ba yeden ba bon se mamo obi anya adwuma pa ne mo mabaso aya na edi dwumadi ni besie oti he excellency lawyer Zita Benson enka Alessa Tairo Nelson senior political analyst oti ono so enka miam di dwumadi en wochia me di Mugabe Mase obetimi aframe atan colleague bigger the capacity man oba de ne dum ya kina ye benada kina ye beba life na de obia no ye de aba beto amso anwumre no si akasa ebo emu hwam na eba emfo wafidi no ento babia eneyi yenua Wilson ebo eye no hwea mo betineka e TV SYZ so mamu nyina mo eniti